I'm trying to figure out why it's doing what it's doing. Bouncing around like that. Something's just not right. Wow, this is crazy. I'm trying a new webcam, if anybody's curious. And in the chat, please let me know if it's jumping. If it's jumping, let me know. And in the chat, wait a minute, why is that doing that?
The bottom of it is jumping up and down a little bit, like half of your screen is going flip, 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 flip.
Yeah, I'm trying that new webcam, but actually in YouTube it doesn't look much better. It looks crystal clear in the Hangouts. But if you go to YouTube, it looks blurry like it always does, which I don't understand that.
How's your video drivers?
I don't know. I just unloaded it. Well, that's your quality. Let's see if this does it. I went to 720 on the YouTube. It didn't do much. Huh. Well, I just downloaded it all. I can always go back to the other camera. I mean, it kind of sucks that it's jumping. So that's kind of. I mean, because in YouTube it's just as blurry. It jumps and it's just as blurry as it was before, which to me doesn't make any sense. So, hate to do this, but we will. We're gonna try and just go back to the other one until I figure it out. I might have to try a different program. Let's see if this goes back. Yeah, it went back to the other one by default. Okay, just gotta get this off my head, I guess, or something. I guess, or part of my head, or I'll duck. So I don't know. It's here. Actually, oh, you know what? Because I got my zoom. Come on. Yeah, I don't need that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to return that camera because that's not making me happy. I guess I should have gone with the 920 that the one guy said was great. I went with the next little grade up. Thank God I didn't go with the 4K. I would have been mad because that guy might not have worked at all. So. Yeah, it kind of makes me mad because I mean you'd think it'd be a nice camera. I'm missing a piece of paper from my. There it is. Because it's a 922, comes with a tripod and everything, but I'm like, I don't know. Not what I was expecting. Not what I was expecting. I mean, because this guy's blurry. It probably isn't the right frames per second. I don't know enough about this. You'd think by now I would have gotten it better, but
maybe. Am I working tonight?
Downloaded a bunch of the drivers and stuff, so everything I thought should have been working. Picture. I'm gonna play. See here. Huh. It's not the greatest. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. Oh, you know what? I guess. Making noise. Making noise. Realize I'm not as far behind as I thought I was. That's a good sign.
That is. How much more do you have to do? You got the next stairwell going?
No, next stairwell's not necessarily needed. Falling ice bears is always good, you know. So, but I did realize I actually had 4 full walls in a bin, and then I have my 7 over here on the shelf, and I have 5 bottoms over here. And so I just need to just build tops now for those, and then I still need to build a roof for the gatehouse, which means I have to alter that. And actually, I have one I can take apart too. So actually, I actually found a bag of pieces too earlier, and I was like, last night, I'm like, oh, I do have more pieces, okay. But problem is PayPal is on my crap list right now, super crap list.
They screw you over again?
No, I transposed one of the numbers on my last shipment, and so by doing that, when they look, it shows, oh, we can't find any. This says information to come soon, and so the problem is I emailed the guy Sunday night saying, yeah, oh, yep, I did make a mistake. Here's the tracking number, but of course, by not going into PayPal to change it, and there's no automated thing. You'd think with a big enough company like that, they'd have an automation that after, maybe five days of after being paid, maybe they would send something to the people saying, hey, just so you know, I mean, our shipment information still shows that, you haven't shipped anything yet,
Yeah.
But so now I have to wait another 3 days, and I hope, because he didn't say business, so come Monday morning, I mean, that'll be about 3 days. Somebody's going to get an earful if they're like, oh, somebody meant business days. I'll be like, no, sorry, won't fly, because I got to get pieces from Europe. I need more pieces, especially headlight bricks. And I mean, Brickworld's coming fast, and so I need it fast. And so, yeah, I'm not going to be a happy camper. I would have ordered that stuff today, but I can't order it because I don't want to spend all the money I need for bills and stuff. So I got to figure out.
Silly things like having to eat, right?
Huh?
Silly things like having to eat. Overrated.
Okay. I can eat junk food. It's just not very good for me, but
I only live off ramen for so long.
So I guess what I'll do is I'll alter my mold, the roof for the gatehouse. Do that. And find some tiles, because I got to figure out how I'm going to do this. I don't know. I sent invites to other people. I don't know what's going on. People are planning on joining or not. I think so. There isn't much better to do on, Friday night. Unless, of course, it's, date night, Unless Kevin's got date night with the wife, or I know Ralph said he's shopping, so he's out and about.
Yeah.
What do I have for sixes? 6 bricks. 6 bricks. 4s. Actually, here we go. I'll do this. This. Just need 4s. Shift is, thankfully the mold is transferable, so that means it'll stop at the end there. Just got to figure out where to stop it there. Probably be right there. So probably just need to. David messaged in the chat.
Who's joined the chat?
Dave messaged. He just messaged in the chat. He just said hi, and then I realized I'd send him an invite, so send him an invite. Kevin got his invite. Ralph got his. Not sure if I need to send any others out tonight. I need to probably see if anybody else would be interested. I think the only other person I kind of had talked to was Richard, but I don't know if he's got service.
Right.
I don't know where he's at. Probably need to just jump on and let's here. I gotta figure out copy. Close that. Errors. Okay. Did you get any errors coming on, Tanya?
No, I just clicked connect and it just came right in and said hi.
Here, let me try. Not sure why it hasn't saved. Let's try this. David, I sent it. Really?
What's he saying?
It's telling him it's not allowed. He's not allowed to join the call. Wonder if he's already got it active. David, you might already have an active call. Look and see if you've got multiple Hangouts open. That's the only thing I can think of. Gave me that same message earlier when I was trying to do something, and let's say check that. I sent another email to your email. So.
All right. So you're building.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm just kind of trying to link to Facebook. That way, any of the guys like Richard or those guys can do it.
And I'm working on RC cars.
Yeah, I mean, I actually technically have a gatehouse I need to take apart. And so I've got some stuff. I mean, and that might be something I might end up doing. So we'll see here. Get Google Hangouts back up. I just gotta make sure I'm looking because I got 2 screens, which is always fun. And of course, got a mess on my build table.
Of course.
I'm sure Kevin will be like, "You haven't cleaned that up yet." And I'll be like, "No."
No. I can relate to messes on the build table.
Well, the problem is too I got to figure out what happened to my other purple windows too. I think I'm shy on those somewhere too. So. Uh-oh. The gatehouse is so big that it's taking up so much space. I'm trying to think. Might have to do some shifting here. Oh, Kevin and his unicorns and dragons. Slide this over here. Slide these guys over here. Right, they don't break. Oh, almost lost the dragon. No one else has jumped in. Haven't got a text from Kevin. Don't know what's going on there. This is what it is, I guess. No, I was building. I've been building the bottoms like crazy because they need to get done, and so. And then I was like, you know what? This just doesn't seem right. I think I should have a lot more wall sections. Otherwise, I am really far behind. And then I found 4 complete sections in one of the bins. So that means I've got 11 complete, and then I just need 5 tops, which is good. It means I got more parts in my bin. I used the rest of those pieces that were in the bin. I had that upper bin. Used the rest of those last weekend, built 4 bases, so 4 bottoms. So, but yeah, that means getting there. Plus, I have a couple bags floating around here too. So, I'm sure after I get all this organized, I'm sure I'll find more bags of stuff somewhere else. Except I can't find some of the stuff I need, so that's the only problem. So I was hoping more people would jump on, so we could do. Now, you don't have the YouTube up, right?
No, I do not.
Okay. Actually, I realized the other night or last week we realized that whoever's got it open, that counts towards viewers. So technically, we don't have anybody viewing because I've got it open because I need to see text, and then David's got it open because he's obviously watching. So. That's kind of what throws it off a little bit, but we'll see. We'll maybe do some introductions and stuff later. I'm kind of waiting for Ralph and see if Kevin's going to jump on.
Cool.
I was going to see. I don't know if Kevin's coming tonight. I haven't talked to him all day, so I don't know. Kind of hoping so, but.
Why wouldn't he? You a slacker? You look at the difference between the new Lego Technic bevel gears, the half ones, right?
Yeah. Which one? I'll show it again.
This one right here.
Some noise. Yeah.
Right here. Yeah, you see this one?
Yeah.
You see the profile of it? And then you go back a decade or 2, and you get the half one with the teeth are open and not as substantial. These will shatter in most modern builds. Modern power functions will blow these gears out.
Not good.
All right. Why you use the new stuff?
So Kevin's watching for now. He's got to keep quiet. I'm guessing that means everybody's trying to go to bed in his house. That would be my guess. I'm sure he'll tell me if that's correct. He's got to sort. He's going to sort, clean, and listen for a while. Hopefully, he can hop on in an hour or two, hour or so.
Cool. So it's just me and you, and Kevin goes.
If David can get on, I guess so. We can. I guess we could do some stuff that way. There's maybe it's not all at once, but I mean, I was gonna kind of do some maybe introductions tonight and stuff. I mean, obviously, everybody I'm sure would love to know who I am, but hopefully they already know who I am.
Mr. Dude that's just sitting on the screen building weird transparent castles. Who are you?
So basically, I figure I'll do it. So we're 4 weeks in. So at this point, it should be a good time to do introductions. I'm Reed Yeager. I just turned 50 on our, I think, second Friday Night Bricks. I have the giant Hope Castle in translucent bricks. Don't really have any other mocks. I've got a few. I've got a clear tower, got an old bus somewhere. Do have a pretty substantial collection. I have a nonprofit called Assembling Hope, a logo designed by Kevin Hinkle, who might be joining us later this evening. And this nonprofit is for giving Lego sets to kids battling cancer in the Children's Hospital, especially here in Denver. I've done 2 donations this year. But so my sister, was the one that inspired the castle. She had breast cancer. She was diagnosed with breast cancer many years ago, or actually probably about 4 years ago, I think. I don't know. I've lost track of time. And then she has passed away. She passed away in, I'll have to look at my stuff. I want to say, actually, it's probably been longer than that. She's had it for 5 years. Or she got diagnosed with 5 or 6 years ago. And she passed away in, I believe, 14, And so, and I've known a bunch of kids that, yes, she passed away in 14. So I've known some kids that had cancer. So it's been built it's gotten bigger and whatnot. And I've used their initials on the top roofs of the castle. So, cool. I mean, the castle's getting a remodel this year. I'm going to a texturing type look. As you can look behind me, it's going from a straight stand-up clear to a textured look. And we were going to kind of discuss, so basically, and I've got a large collection that needs lots of organization. So we were going to kind of discuss, bucket lists tonight. I've got a couple Lego bucket list items. Worldwide, it would be a trip to, obviously, Billund for the inside tour and to see the Legoland Park, which also turned 50 this year. Turns 50 actually in about 3 weeks. 2-3 weeks it turns 50. So, and then obviously Legoland Germany, because it supposedly has one of the best piece assortments out there. And then bucket list, I guess, probably for the U.S. would be bucket list for the U.S. would be probably appearing on the Today Show with the whole castle during either maybe a breast awareness month or maybe child cancer awareness day or month, whichever. I don't know if there's a month, but I know there's a day for it. And as Kevin has posted on there, so that's my bucket list 3. I don't really have anything else for the U.S. Kind of hit maybe Brick Fair, Virginia. Then I've hit the big 3. But Kevin's asked why exactly did I choose to build the castle and then why clear? Actually, the castle, in I think 2000, I want to say maybe 11 or 12, my first Brick World, the Campbell brothers from Wisconsin had 2 castles, probably 15 feet apart, maybe 20, with 1,000 guys in between. And they showed me how it all opened up. And so I really enjoyed that. And so it was one of those things where I did that. Hold on 1 second here. I'm and so basically, and they showed me how it opened up, so I was going to try and do that. I had a larger castle, Hope Castle, about this big. I was going to try the same thing. But what most people don't know about plates is plates don't really, even though they look like they're straight,
You're not.
Even they might be a little crooked. That's why I use a lot of molds now. So they might be off just a little bit. And so unless you build the mold all the way up on the inside and maybe the outside, so at least inside, so it's perfectly straight, you can't drop modules in. And so that, I mean, that kind of was scrubbed. There's pictures of it out on the website. But clear, after seeing World of Lights at Brickworld, I figured clear would light up really well. The keep was really bright when I had just the keep. With the life lights from Life Lights, you know, I had a bunch of the RGBs that would change colors. Probably the second or third year I was at Brickworld, I got a bunch more life lights. So I mean, I had, I don't know, 50 modules. Mr. Hinkle, who's watching now, has all of those. And I went to the rolls of LEDs because it was much cheaper than the life lights, and it just lit up that a little bit more. And so it was such a nice thing. And when you see it at World of Lights, when it's lit up, I mean, you can see why the clear is good. Now, I'm itching this year with the texture to see if it'll light out more for the inside where it's clear than maybe the outside. The outside might be a little bit more speckled, but that's kind of why I enjoyed the clear. And basically, I'm running out of clear plates because they haven't been on the wall in the Pick-a-Brick wall for about, I don't know, 2 years maybe at this point, 2 years. So I've only got what I got. And so, like this bin right behind me here, this guy right here is pretty much almost all of what I've got for 1x2 clear, with the exception of a couple gallon bags. And then I also have a gatehouse that needs to be dismantled with an old roof. And then, of course, I think that was it. I mean, that needs to be dismantled. I do have an old gatehouse or an old barn for Jim's barn, but I don't know if I'm ready to dismantle that yet. So, but that's kind of me. And Tanya, would you like to do an introduction, since I'm sure people would love to know who my fellow Denlug member is?
I'm a new Denlug member. November. I insinuated myself into your group because I wasn't getting any response. You guys have the Yahoo group. I wasn't getting any response from all of the requests I'd made. So I found out where you guys were going to be, and the Hobby Expo is something, even if you weren't there, it was something I was planning on going to for the RC stuff. And so I showed up, and I had Junior, my little robot, with me at the time in my Harley Quinn backpack. And I was wandering around, and I found you guys, and I literally just insinuated myself into your group. I showed up, I said hi, I pulled out my robot and started chasing kids around with it, and the rest is history from there. Now I'm nominated to be the secretary. What the heck? I don't know what that is about. But hey, whatever, right?
Yep, voting is tomorrow.
That is true. You're going to be there. Is Ralph making it tomorrow? Oh.
I do not know.
Should I be a little more formal on my introduction? I'm Tanya Kuzara. I am a Technic builder. I also build in regular brick as well. I like interactivity. I like to have things that move, and I love when kids can see something, touch something, make something move, push a button, and have a reaction that they can react to. With the robot I was demoing last week, I have a first-person view camera on it, and I have a pair of goggles. I can hide behind a table, chase the kids around. They don't even see who's controlling it. and their reactions to it is it's just amazing to watch the kids react to the robotics and go, oh my gosh, it's autonomous, it's waving at me, it's looking at me. It's just so much fun. I like science and technology. I'm a STEM career person myself, so I'm out there trying to make things better, and got a mechanical engineering background, even though I don't have my degree, but I have a background in mechanical engineering. I have most of the classes for it. It's just money to get the last few tidbits out of the way to get it going. But working full time and trying to finish a degree is almost impossible. This week alone, I did 2 11-hour shifts. So yeah, it can get frustrating. Other than that, my goal, I love Lego trains. I bought my first Lego train when I was 17 back in 1992, 93. It was a long time ago. So there I go, aging myself.
Any kind of Lego bucket list destinations or things?
I definitely want to get to Beyond because I love automation. Part of my normal job is where my company's at the beginning stages of implementing automation. A lot of our processes, we're an old company, and a lot of our processes are still hand fed, hand manufactured, a lot of human labor involved. And we're starting to look at the costs of engineering automation, and one of the driving factors behind that is getting skilled employees to do the jobs. So part of the stuff I work with is integrating PLCs and integrating software solutions into doing pick up the pile of parts, put it on the next rack, move the pile, build the pile, pick the pile, stuff like that. We're just starting it. Working on automated inspection systems. Trying to find we've been trying to find a color of light that looks and can see the defects in our materials. And it's kind of tough because our materials tend to be white, and when they're white, most of the lights tend to make it look transparent because it's white, and then you put a light on it, and then you realize it's not solid. It actually absorbs light. It's really interesting. Bucket list. I definitely want to get to Legoland. Just one of the Legolands in America, and definitely want to get to the bigger Lego shows like Brick World. Was looking at it this year, just not going to happen this year. You said you were going to go to the one in August up in Wisconsin, you were saying? Thinking about that one?
I'm hoping. I put my name in the hat, and I heard back, and they asked if I was still interested and how big the castle is, and I kind of gave them dimensions and kind of said, "Yep, I'm still interested." Yeah, so we'll see. I would like to go. I mean, it's at the state fair. I think I can bring in a lot of people, hopefully friends that because it's only an hour drive to Milwaukee. So I'm hoping by going to that one, I can bring people who maybe have a tougher time getting to Chicago. So
Chicago's a lot more expensive than Wisconsin, too.
yeah. Plus, it's a drive. You got all the tolls, so it's not the best. It's one of the easiest places to get to. So, but I mean, be nice. We'll see. I mean, that's my goal. That's pretty much it. I was originally thinking of going to Brick Fair too.
Right.
I was looking at train fairs for Brick Fair, maybe to try and take the train out there, maybe build a micro scale castle, and maybe in July after the June stuff is over. But other thing too is I'm like, do I want to sit in a? Actually, it'd be probably better than driving, but then I can't take the full castle, which is probably what everybody would hope I would bring. So we'll see. Might be something. I mean, I don't know. I have to pick and choose, and we'll see. that's pretty much it.
Let's see, shows under my belt this year. We did the train show. That was a blast. So train show and a Star Wars Fest. Those are the two we've done this year so far. We've got a bunch of stuff coming up in June. I'll be at the car show with everyone. That's why I'm working on RC cars. My differential moving. And
What was that?
on RC cars. Yeah, my differential.
Yeah, David's still having problems connect. So he's doing it on his laptop. It connects. I see your connections briefly, and it stops with error. So I don't know what's going on.
Reboot.
Rule
number one of solving a troubleshooting computer. Turn it off. Turn it back on.
Yeah. So I would lift up my current creation, but it takes forever to do this. So I'll just kind of bring it over here. Of course, nothing ever works very well here because everything is too bright. I don't know what it is. So yeah, so this camera really doesn't work very well. There we go. You can kind of see it. It's just the plates. This is the gray tiles. Maybe I need a different color underneath. Maybe purple would maybe work better. So, and if I get that other webcam to work, that Logitech one, it'd be great because that one was. But just like anything on YouTube, it just doesn't. For some reason, it's not showing up. So, I might have to figure out if I'm using the wrong kind of software to make it work.
What software are you using?
I don't know. I'm just going through the Google, but I don't know unless I'm using XSplit or something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying. Yeah, yours is crystal clear.
Believe it or not, you know what's funny? It's just my phone.
Oh.
It is just my phone.
Well, I mean, I have that. I mean, I have a Logitech or a creative camera I'm using. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it might be something. Let's see, where is the? Yes, I mean, I don't know. I mean, because obviously even the other camera was clear, really nice and clear, but when it showed up in YouTube, it wasn't very good. So I might have to reach out and see if I can figure out what is going on. Because, yeah, the YouTube just isn't very clear. And so I just don't understand what is going on. Everybody else looks a lot better than I do, so.
I say I'm using a Galaxy Note 5, and I'm using the front camera on it.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? It could be something super basic, like I'm just doing something wrong, but I ran into a guy the other day that's using something. So it might be something where I might have to just do more research and maybe go into it a little bit differently than just using the Google Hangouts. I think I was looking at a quick way of getting it going, and I think I need to find something a little bit more depth.
Picture. David says picture.
So I'm trying to figure out where is unknown. I don't know what's going on because he hooked up last week, so I don't know.
Always a challenge, right? It's one of the podcasts I listen to. They say every time you add a connection, the chance for a problem just goes up exponentially.
I don't know. Oh, you know what? Oh, you know what?
What?
Why do I have this open? I mean, Do you have Google Home Hangouts open other than just the window that we're in? Do you have another one up on?
No, just the one we're in. Or Dave. Dave, what do you have open, sir? Restart, Dave.
No, hold on. I closed something else. Let me see if he's been trying to connect to the wrong one.
Fortune cookie.
I had one open, and that might be where he was connecting to. I don't know. I'm trying to get that camera working, and I had all kinds of windows open. So, I mean, it's possible maybe I had another one open. What the heck? I wonder what happens if I close this. Okay, let's see what else do I got open. Facebook, Friday Night Bricks. Okay, now I only have this one open. Wondering if that was I wonder if that's what's causing it. I got a million different things, so I might disappear. So
Okay.
if I well, hopefully I won't disappear physically. Hopefully just the camera will go incognito. So let's see here. Gosh, I need these labeled. I got too many cable. Okay, so let's see what happens when this happens. The video is out for now. You can still hear me though, right?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay, let me play. It's still gonna jump. Okay, we're gonna jump tonight. We're gonna jump around.
Jump, 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 jump around, jump.
Yeah, I might, Hey, maybe Logitech will chime in. Maybe does anybody know Logitech? Can we get any connections that know Logitech? They could chime in and tell me how to make this thing work a little bit better.
I do not. I'm afraid.
Yeah, because it's much clearer on the Logitech, but on the YouTube, it's still a much blurrier connection. Let's see. We'll test. On the call, let's see how well the brick shows up. Yeah, see, look at the brick on the call now.
Whoa! You can actually see it.
Yeah.
It has the white balancing.
Yeah, but let's see here. We're going to see on YouTube. YouTube, I guess it kind of shows up. Almost looks like it's backwards on YouTube, actually, to tell you the truth. Like I've got some like reverse image, so. But we'll see. I mean, Ralph said he might pipe in. I don't know. We'll see. Although, building and sorting with friends is always much more fun than doing it by yourself.
This is truth.
Especially when I'm laying down a ton of tiles like this, because what did I dismantle the other night? Oh, I dismantled the. What did I take apart? I posted it on my Twitter. Took apart. What did I take apart? I can't remember what I took apart. I took apart something and it had 2,500 pieces in it.
Holy cow!
I don't remember what I was taking apart. Brain fart, building, and I can't think at the same time. What was I taking apart? I took apart a level. One of the old levels for the keep had 2,500 pieces in it. I think the new keep, actually, I think it's 2,500 in the bottom and 2,500 in the sides, I think. Or somewhere around that range. Bigger. There was 13 levels. Actually, I have 4 left. 9. No, I might be right. It might be about 2,500 or so. But now I'm using all the texturing, so I should be saving some brick. Well, my screen's going to jump tonight. We're going to enjoy it. I play Jump Around, but I don't think I own the rights to that one. So, I mean, that might get me in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
If I can't fix my jumping, I might have to do that. But we will see if it ends up too messed up. We'll just.
Kevin, welcome aboard, sir.
Hey there.
Oh wow! It's the Hinkster.
Can you hear me all right?
We hear you
yeah.
great.
Okay. I'm still going to be fairly
Whispering.
quiet for a little while.
That's okay. Take your time.
Look, another bag.
So I'm wondering if I can angle this somehow so that you can actually see my hands, or I should say my horizontal surface that I'm working at. I don't know if I can do that, because this is a laptop-y kind of thing. It's like I'd have to close it.
I have to angle it downwards. Yeah.
I don't know if that's gonna happen. Let me
You just
see.
need some bricks. Put some bricks between the lid and the side, and you'll be fine.
That's what I was kind of thinking. Some kind of contraption.
Maybe something with some angle bricks.
Yeah, so I'm doing kind of a doing a big cleanup sort. I have a company coming over tomorrow, so the Lego room needs to be in good condition, not in disarray from building and projects and such.
You mean you have company coming after your meeting, or what?
Before the meeting, actually, and then we're gonna go to the meeting together. So.
Now, do you guys already have officers and everything in your group then?
Yes.
So you guys are already done the process.
This
We're
is
doing that.
not gonna work. Oh, maybe it's gonna work. No, this is not gonna work. Yeah, we have 5 people, I guess. Like, we have an ambassador, we have a secretary, we have a webmaster, and we have a event coordinator. And I think there's one more thing. I don't know.
Treasurer?
Oh, yeah, treasurer. Yeah, I think that's it. I think those are our positions. And of course, I get the wonderful, meaningful, but meaningless title of founder.
I have that. We'll see if I get anything more tomorrow. So.
Why didn't you speak up for yourself? I was wondering about that.
For what?
for anything. Say, hey.
I did. I said treasure. I said
Oh.
treasure. I spoke up for that, and then they added someone else, and I'm like, okay. Added another newer member, kind of somebody from up north. So I mean, it's one of the things.
I've never met that person.
He's been at a few meetings. He usually brings his son and his daughter. He's
Oh,
tall.
okay. I think I know who you're talking. I think I know who he is. I just
So he's
don't know who he is.
nominated to. I mean, technically, actually, the one I wasn't on that I put myself back on, if they do anything with it, was the like ambassador assistant.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Well, actually, with Ralph, I don't know if he's going to show up because his new job has got all kinds of. He'll give us more information when he pops on here. Let's see. I don't know if he's still popping on or not. I can actually message him. I'll message him in band since it's so nonchalant now.
Yeah.
I almost should have Kevin join too, and we'll message bomb his phone too.
I have enough messages on my phone.
So everyone got a smidge upset with me last Sunday.
Oh yeah, that was
Just
quite
Smidge.
interesting.
Oh yeah, juicy drama.
No. Well, maybe, I don't know.
Always,
I blew up
always.
everyone's phones all at once because I posted 30-some photos at once into one of the chat channels on Band and didn't realize that every single photo was going to send a message.
That's awesome.
It was good.
So
I
fun.
was like, oops.
Yeah, I messaged, said, you could put that in the photo album. I don't know what I was doing, but I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. Is so in the Google Hangouts app or whatever, are you guys getting any type of glitching or anything? I'm wondering if it's just my laptop kind of in a semi-closed, semi-open, like flipping out kind of.
It's me. It's my new camera. It's all messed up. So.
Like it's doing like a glitch kind of thing.
On the
Okay.
bottom of the screen, it's jumping up.
Yeah. Okay.
It's crystal clear in the Google Hangouts, but the YouTube it's still messed up. So you can see the plates, but with the other camera, I don't know. The other camera's bad, but
Okay.
we'll see.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss, but I'm happy to know that it's not my computer that's.
It's that nice $100 web camera I picked up today that has glitches with Google Hangouts. So.
Nice. Yeah, see, I have an issue too because I have a really nice webcam as well, but my only real laptop is this machine I'm using right now, which is it's a HP Microsoft Surface Pro, which is really good for artists because I can draw on it and I can use it for what I need to use it for, but it only has one USB input on it, and so. I don't know, I haven't really done a lot of research, but I think I can find a way to get like a split or something, but I haven't done it. Yeah, see, I haven't done a lot of research into it. I just know that it has one and it's annoying because I usually use the one for my wireless mouse. And so it's like, so I need to get a thing.
Yeah, I've actually got two. I've got one hanging right here, like a USB thing that's actually wire goes up and over, and then I got one behind it that's got a 4 in there too. So both cameras were plugged in, but by default the Creative takes over, so I unplugged that one. But I mean, I got my mouse in that, which actually should be in the computer, but I was using the mouse over here with the screen for a while. So
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I need to get one of those things.
yeah, I mean they're pretty cheap. I mean you can find them, everywhere. I mean there is probably some that are powered too, so you don't end up pulling the juice through the laptop, but
Fancy. So I'm currently disassembling the Philly Brickfest event kit that I built last time we were on this stream.
Oh no!
I'm taking it apart because I don't keep things together unless it's a mock.
Right.
And
You
so
said that last week.
said that. So this is all getting taken apart and put away. As well as I opened up a Go Brick Me set because I only needed the glasses element. That was the only thing I needed out of it.
Which one, the round or the square?
The square ones.
Nice.
for myself.
Nice.
So now I have the rest of the contents sitting here that I need to sort out.
The Brick Me it's a good valued set, honestly, and was much more fun and amusement than I thought it was going to be because I'm not a big Brickheads fan.
Yeah.
But I was grotesquely entertained by it. It was fun. I built myself, and then I built my boss because yes, I can suck up once in a while too. But
Yeah. It's kind of like with the Brickheads. You, I don't know. I feel like you eventually everybody will cave in because it's just like either it'll finally get that property you like, or I don't know. There's an element you want. Like for me, I'm not really in particularly enamored with them, but I get them. I collect them. There's cool parts. I don't, since I don't display sets, I don't have a wall of Brickheads anywhere.
nice.
I have a Catwoman's. I have a bunch of her because she had the purple stuff in it. That was it. So.
You got the Catwoman one? I don't remember seeing the Catwoman one.
Oh, would you like me to grab one? I've got a bag of 20 some over here. Let me go grab
20 some? Just for the purple pieces, right?
20 of the Brickheads?
The Brickhead's Catwoman, he's saying.
Wasn't that like a? What is that? I'm lost. I need to see it. I don't remember the Catwoman Brickheads.
I don't remember the Catwoman Brickhead either, but I was kind of ignoring Brickheads when they first came out. I think it was the first series. I've got the bee and the bunny, and I've got an extra of the bunny.
Nice.
I'll probably collect the holiday ones because the holiday ones are kind of cute.
Yeah, they're kind of neat.
Yeah.
I'm searching.
I think.
Go ahead.
I think you're mistaken, Reed. I think you're gonna find that it's not Catwoman. It's a different character. Maybe you mean Batgirl. You mean Batgirl?
Batgirl. All right.
See, there it is. Like, there's no way. I'm like, I don't know what he's talking about. He's making stuff up.
Yeah.
I love it. Hey, look what I've got still. I've got still in the package. I got some of those nice gold brick.
Those bubbles.
Oh, I saw a bunch of those in one of the clearance bins, and I didn't pick them up, and now I'm just kicking myself for not picking them up.
When I dismantled my level the other night, I actually realized that I used the metallic gold tiles, and because it got moved around so much, a lot of these metallic gold tiles are now worn. They have dings and scratches on them. So gold bars that are now no longer truly effective at their use.
I remember. I don't know if you were shopping there at the time, Reed, but were you shopping at the store that one year where we gave out Christmas ornaments as a gift with purchase?
Possibly.
It was a small gold 2x4 brick with like holly on it.
No, that might have been before me.
Okay, so there was a year where one of the gift with purchases in the store, and it was a simpler time because there was no money threshold. It was make a purchase and you get this gift. And the gift was a small brick built ornament, and they came disassembled, so the staff, myself, mainly me, had to build them all. And so it was a gold, one of those spray metallic 2x4 gold bricks,
Right.
with some of those really small limb elements and some red 1x1 round plates to kind of make like Christmas holly.
Right.
And then it had like a 2x2 plate with the little round hole. So you can put like a thread or something through it. It was very simple. It was kind of nice. It was a cute little thing. And I mean, we had a bag of 200, 300 of every element. And so there was multiple times where I had to have to take them home and just sit there and just assemble and assemble and assemble and assemble. Like I would put on a movie and just robotically make these stupid ornaments and then take them into work. And I never, amazingly enough, I never kept any. I never, I took them all into home and built them, took them all to work. But when the promotion was done and they were no longer needed, that's when I got to keep the leftovers, the extras. And there was a lot of extras because people didn't shop in Lego stores back then. So it was just, I mean, there was a lot. So I have a bag of those spray gold 2x4 bricks. I mean, it was kind of ironic because then I had to disassemble all the ones that I had assembled.
Well, in
And
your collection, of course, yes.
of course, to sort it away. And what was even more interesting is before I moved out of Colorado, I went to a yard sale somewhere. I don't remember where it was, but I went to a garage sale and a guy was selling a box of Lego, and in it, he had one of the Christmas ornaments assembled. And this was before Park Meadows existed, so there's still just the one Lego store in Colorado. And I told the guy, I said, the funny thing is, I am pretty confident I built this with my hands, and you have it in this box. And I said, just because I see it, I have to own it again. So I bought like his whole little box for like $10 or whatever, but I only did it just to get that ornament back.
Awesome. That's great. I love that.
Wasn't that ornament? Weren't you looking for one of the Christmas ornaments, or was that somebody else that got mixed up? One of the
Me?
ones that was, yeah, GWP one. No,
No, I don't usually care about the Christmas ornaments.
somebody else. Thinking of somebody else, if that's possible.
Yes. Yes.
Well, did get up there momentarily. Are you in like some really swag, sweat sleeper pants there or something?
Yeah, man. I'm in pajamas.
Yeah,
I'm at home. I'm self-employed.
did you get? Would you get some stuff done today?
Oh my goodness. My legs are killing me. I had a busy day today.
Did you mow the lawn or something?
Yeah, I did that too. We did not we, I did grocery shopping. I did laundry. You know, we don't have you've been here. We don't have a functional washing machine, so I have to go to the laundromat. So laundry for the family. I have a family of 5. So laundry, grocery shopping for the week, mowed the lawn, and mowing the lawn itself takes like 2 to 3 hours to mow the stupid lawn. I just have a little push mower. Reed knows. He's been there. He's used it.
I think there's a video somewhere floating out there on the internet of me doing something, or a photo at least, maybe.
There's a photo. It's so funny because when Reed came and visited me, I told him, because he stayed with me for a few days, and one of the days I said, I have to mow the lawn, man. Like, chores don't stop because you're here. I was like, gotta mow the lawn. And so, I mean, I mowed most of it, and I was really tired. And he goes, let me do some of it. And I said, I'm not going to stop you from mowing my lawn. And so I let him, kind of finish it up and do like, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes or so. And while he's mowing it, he's like, you should take a picture of me and post it online saying I'm mowing your lawn. And I said, I should do that. And so I took a picture of Reed mid-mow, and I put it online. It was so funny because then everybody was like mad at me, and they go, he's your house guest. How are you forcing him to mow your lawn? And I was like, he told me to take the picture.
That was a requirement of staying with you, is that you had to do manual labor.
Yeah. So yeah, my legs are killing me. But yeah, I did all that stuff because normally Saturday is actually my chore day. I do all my chores on Saturday, but because we have the Conlug meeting tomorrow, I mean, that just wipes out the entire day basically. And so I have to move up all my chores to Friday so I can have Saturday free.
Here we go. Look at that. I'm getting there. I'm actually working on the cross ones. You can kind of see them there. I tilted just the right way, so I'm going the other way now. Well, yeah, I mean, I've got a meeting, and then I got to go work at the bowling center. And it's ABT Nationals. I think it's doubles this weekend or something. So it's going to be a zoo at the bowling center. No, not much open bowling. I don't think any open bowling, but lots of bowlers that are good trying to win money. So
Don't feed the animals there.
I try not to. I'm feeding myself. So Kevin, we did little introductions earlier. Did you want to do a little introduction of yourself?
Who are you, dude?
There once was a man from Nantucket.
Actually, I thought that was somewhere down south.
Yeah, exactly. So, sure, I can introduce myself. My name is Rusty Shackelford. um, so no, my name is not really Rusty Shackelford. It's only Rusty Shackelford depending on which government database I'm going into. My name is Kevin. I am an AFL. I have a problem.
Hi, Kevin.
Exactly. Exactly. So I've been, I was into Lego as a child, like every other child. Some of my favorite themes back in the day were um, the city police sets. I used to like the police sets quite a bit. I remember liking the Western. Western was my favorite Lego theme,
Hmm.
and it was the original Western, not the second wave where they introduced all the Native Americans. I was never really a fan of that. I was more a fan of the Cowboys and Bandits. Like that was I was all about it. And then the second wave came out with like all the peaceful Native American tribes, and I'm like, what is this? So I didn't get any of those sets. I just stuck with all the original ones. But really enjoyed Western. I enjoyed some of the space sets, like Insectoids. If you remember those were like the futuristic alien slash insect, and all the ships would look like bugs.
Those
Um,
were fun. I occasionally come across pieces from them, and I go, these are neat.
yeah, I there's one ship in particular that I need to reacquire. It had like a you would call it like a power functions today, but it wasn't called that back then. But it's got like a block, and it has two like translucent prongs, and it makes sounds, and it has lights in it, and it makes like a weird like a maybe like a cricket chirping kind of noise or something.
I know
And
the box you're talking about. I
yeah,
think that's going for like $30 or so.
something stupid. Yeah, so I need to get whatever the set that was in. It might have been in a couple sets. I need to get that again because that was a lot of fun. Um, I also remember the Aqua Zone, like Aqua Sharks. I like the Aqua Sharks a lot. I didn't really like the other factions as much, like the Manta Rays or the classic Aquanauts, where it was like yellow and blue. I really like the Aqua Sharks. That was the best. Um, so did that. I gave my collection to my little brother and little sister when I became older. So I did have a dark age. It wasn't really a long dark age, but I guess it was like a normal dark age. Um, 10 years, I guess. And so the reason I got back into Lego is because I moved to Colorado for college. So I went to the Rocky Mountain College of Art and Design.
I know that
And
school.
that's yes, my school. That's my old it's my alma mater. Um,
Sweet.
it was different though. Back then it was still private. It's not a private owned college anymore.
No.
It got sold to Full Sail University,
Uh,
which is, a much kind of broader, blander kind of art school thing.
no. I
Yeah.
remember I had some friends who taught there, and I had friends who graduated from REMCAD.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really nice, small, kind of intimate school, and everybody
Yeah.
really seemed to care quite a bit about the students. I
Yeah.
hear,
Lost you. Sound? Sound? Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
We lost Kevin's sound.
Kevin, did your batteries go dead on your headset?
hello?
Yeah,
There you are.
What happened? Did I mute? Did I lose you guys?
You
You
just
did.
you
just
stopped mid sentence, just dropped
Okay.
off.
Okay, yeah. So I was saying that I hear horror stories now, about that school. But so that was my school, and so I moved. And while I was in school there, like any good college kid, I needed a job. And so I went to the local mall, which was Colorado Mills.
Yep.
And because I honestly remember sitting there in my apartment, um, with my wife and my very young child, going, I bet you someone in the mall's hiring, because malls are always hiring.
Oh yeah.
And so we just got up, went to the mall, and had a day at the mall, and I walked around, and I found out there was such a thing as a Lego store. I had no clue there was such a thing. Never knew of that. And of course, I remember they had right up at the front the Imperial Star Destroyer and the Death Star 2, like big sets, like the big $300 sets.
So was that when it was in the bigger location, or was that still when it was in the small location with the tree buckets?
Yeah, it was we had the little like trees, the little picket brick tree, I mean, it wasn't beautiful. It was a concrete floors. It was an ugly store.
Oh yeah, it was horrible.
I mean, I didn't know. I saw it and thought it was beautiful, but I had no frame of
It
reference.
was beautiful. It was beautiful in
Its own way.
Let's just leave it there.
We'll leave it at that. And so I went in. They were not hiring, but I was like, well, that was cool. I remember I bought a Darth Vader keychain, and then I left, and I ended up getting a job at Off Broadway Shoe Warehouse in that same mall.
Nice.
And I don't like shoes. I hate shoes, but it was a place, and they were hiring, and they called me back right away and gave me a job. I was the Al Bundy. It was just terrible.
Yeah, but I bet your wife liked you working there, I bet.
She did. She loved it. I mean, shoe discount. I never used that shoe discount on myself one time. It was all her. She used it every time. So one day, I mean, I told the people that I worked with, because I had a good relationship with them, I said, yeah, this wasn't exactly my first choice, guys. And I said, I really kind of was hoping to either work maybe at GameStop or Lego store, like something that seems kind of interesting and cool.
Mhm.
And
A
one
normal red-blooded American boy would want to work.
See, exactly. And it was destiny, because one day, one of the assistant managers of that shoe store went on his break, and he came back and he stopped me. I was at the register, and he goes, Kevin, I really hesitate to tell you this because I don't want to lose you. I said, okay. But I went to the food court to get lunch, and I walked by the Lego store, and there's a now hiring sign in their window. And I said, well,
Nice knowing you.
I quit. And so that day on my break, in my full Off-Broadway uniform, like my shirt, my walkie, my earpiece, I mean, the whole thing, I went straight over there, walked right in, and Megan was working there at the time.
Holy cow.
And so she was the only staff member there. There was no other buddy there. I mean, this was 2005. So I went in. She was the only person there. I didn't recognize her at first, but apparently she recognized me because we both went to the same school. I didn't know that. I found that out later, but I'm like, I had no clue who she was. And I asked if they were hiring, like the sign said. She said yes. She had me fill out an application right then and there, and that was when the applications were the very small half sheet of paper. I filled it out. She gave me a on-the-spot interview. She's like, oh, do you have time for an interview? I was like, yeah, sure. I mean, getting an on-the-spot interview now in a Lego store is unheard of.
Yeah.
But it happened to me. And so gave me an interview. Didn't last very long. I went, got my lunch, went back to work. And then later that same day on my drive home, I got a phone call from Samantha, who was the store manager of the store at the time, offering me a job. So I applied, interviewed, and got offered a job all on the same day. And so I was like, well, that worked. And so I started working at the Lego store, and that was pretty fun. I liked it. But one of the things that I noticed was I really didn't like not being able to speak knowledgeably about the products. Like, it really bothered me.
Right.
Because, someone would come in, whether it's a little kid or a teenager or a mom or dad or a grandma or grandpa, and they'd have like a question about, I don't know, something about Bionicle. They want to know, oh, who's the character that did this, this, or this? And I wouldn't know. And I just felt awful. I felt like these people are coming into this store for a Lego experience from a Lego employee, and I don't even know what the heck they're talking about. And I am well aware that it is still like that in lots of stores all across the United States. I know there are lots of employees that do not know anything about the products. But it really genuinely bothered me. So I took an initiative right then and there to just dive head first into product knowledge. And so I took, at the time, the store had kept a backlog of catalogs for a couple years, not like all the way back, but for a couple years they had some catalogs.
Right.
So I took them all home and I like studied them like textbooks. I started taking the club magazine home. I started going to the website. I started going to fan sites because I realized that there was more resources available, like Bricklink and Brickset and the Brothers Brick, and those also gave me a lot of interesting input. And I really took it as I'm going to become a better salesman and I'm going to become a better customer service person. And then, of course, the unintentional side effect
Is you had to start buying it.
is I started buying it. I started building it, having fun with it. And after quite a while, I started to realize that there were other adult fans of Lego. And that they didn't build sets, they built their own original models. And they had exhibits and shows, and they even had a club. And I remember Stuart came into the store all the time. Well, maybe not all the time, often enough. And back in the day, I mean, when you had a person in your store, usually that's the only customer in the store, so you talk to that customer. It's not at all like it is today. But back then, I mean, it was really like, oh, you're my only customer for the next 4 hours. And so Stuart would come in, and he would spend hours at the pick-a-brick trees, building and fiddling around with bricks and figuring out a project he's going to do. And so we would just talk. And he relented that I needed to join this group called Cowlug. I mean, like, he would not let it go. And I was like, I don't know about that. What's the commitment going to be? Am I going to be a good member or a bad member? Is it weird that I'm an employee? I mean, I kind of made it a bigger deal than it really needed to be. But eventually I joined. He was very happy. And then they were going to do a show at the mall at Colorado Mills, like a little exhibit. And I give him a lot of credit because he's the one that pushed me into the AFL community, and he's also the one that pushed me into joining a lug, which was Cowlug, because Denlug didn't exist back then. And then he was also the one that kind of coerced me into building my very first mock ever. Because he was like, you can't be a member of Cowlug and come to the show and not bring a mock. And I was like, oh no, I'm doing something wrong. And so my first build was actually of my house. So I built like just my house. This is where I live. Here's my house. And that was okay. And then I said, okay, but for the show, I need to build something really cool. So I built a minifigure scale replica of the Lego store. And there's still pictures floating around. It's not very good. I don't think it's very good when I look back at it. But
it was
I did
a starting point. It was a starting point.
Didn't you do two of them?
Yeah, see, that's the funny thing is, fast forward through my career, I worked in the store for 4 years. I went from associate to supervisor to assistant manager. Then I transferred to Chandler, Arizona, and I was store manager of the Lego store there because I graduated college and realized nobody wanted to hire me as an artist. So I was like, this sucks. And so when I moved to Arizona, the staff there, as any good staff should, did a little recon work on me. So when they found out that I was the new manager, they did some Googling of my name. And of course they found like my images on Flickr, and they found, oh, he's a fan and he builds and he posts things on forums. And they found the pictures of the Colorado Mills model. And so when I started, I was a little taken aback because they knew me a lot more than I knew them. And they said, hey, we noticed you built a model of your Lego store. Like, are you planning to make one for us, or what's the deal? And I was like, oh, okay. So then, yeah, I moved to Arizona, and I joined Cactus Brick, which is the Lego user group in Arizona at the time.
That's
And
awesome.
and again, at that time, it was the only group in Arizona. There's now, I think, 2 or 3 in Arizona, but back then there was the only one. So I joined Cactus Brick, and I made a model of that Lego store. And that one actually got blogged by the Brothers Brick, which was pretty cool.
Nice.
And it was like, this Lego store manager gets it. And I was like, oh, uh-oh.
Oh no.
I don't know what that means. So, but yeah, I kept sticking with it. I love the hobby. I love the job. It was fun, and and then I moved again. So I applied for the store manager position of the store in Austin, Texas, which is my hometown.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got the job. So I moved again from Arizona to Texas, and I was store manager of the Lego store there. And of course, true to form, after we had been open for several months, the staff was like, "Hey, Kevin, we've searched online and we found out that you made copies of the Lego stores from the last 2 stores you worked at." I was like, "Oh boy!" So I made another one. I made and each time I made a new one, I completely disassembled the old one to make the new one. And so I destroyed Colorado Mills to make Chandler Fashion Center. I destroyed Chandler Fashion Center to make Barton Creek in Austin. But so so the other thing too that I did, if you ever want to see these, I mean, they're on Flickr. I put all the pictures on Flickr.
They're up there. Yep.
So I really think that I got better with each model. Like I was learning different techniques, and I was paying closer attention to like the aesthetics of the brick and what different shapes can I do. And so the models really get better each version. The one that I did for Austin is like, that's like my manifesto. Like I couldn't get it any better than that one. Like I even had like the floating yellow brick ceiling. I had like an individual picker brick wall. I mean, it was just like I couldn't get any better than that one. So yeah, and that was with TexLug, because I was in Texas, so I joined TexLug. And then I finally got sick of retail. I applied for a community role at Lego in Enfield, Connecticut, which is where the corporate office is. And I joined their community team, which I didn't realize they had a team that was devoted to working with adult fans. And they kind of don't really necessarily have one anymore, but we won't get into that now. But I joined that team and left the retail world and moved to corporate, and worked there for all the way up until last December. So I accredit my deep dive into the AFL hobby community world with my career, my 12-year career at Lego. And now I'm just a fan. I am no longer an employee, but I still have fun, and I've met a lot of incredible people over my many years. I'm probably an honorary member of almost every lug in the country now. I founded Conlug here in Connecticut.
Nice.
That's a thing. And that was just, it really was kind of an experiment, to be honest, because my new job was helping lugs, get started, and I really didn't have any experience of that because all the lugs I had been a member of were all existing lugs.
Right.
So I wanted to see.
This was my first Brick World mock. It was a micro scale mock-up of Colorado Mills with a couple things on top. We did win Store of the Year in 2009 and 2010. And so
Nice.
I don't know if Randy made those or what, but I mean, yeah, so he helped me make some stuff, and I put those on top of the store. I had it at Brick World, the first one I went to. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, didn't you have like I don't know, there was a minifig, maybe it was you, and it was like holding like semi trucks with chains or something, like the semi trucks were like reindeer or something, and then the guy had like chains that was like pulling them along or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I remember that. I was amused.
I needed a mock. I had a boat too, but the boat didn't work very well.
So I guess that's my story. I think that's enough introduction, I guess.
That's pretty good.
Any Lego bucket list items?
See, that's the weird thing because I am blessed. I have been to Billund more times than I care to go to Billund. I have been to Billund, I think, 14 times. It was absolutely Willy Wonka's factory magical the first time. It was awesome the second time. It was okay the third time. It was boring the fourth time. And so unfortunately, it kind of stayed in that boring realm after that. Which, hey, it's after you've kind of gotten the super magical funness out of the way, and you do the factory tour, and you see Ole's desk where he sat at, where he like made the toys. I mean, that's all amazing. But then after you've seen it, and so then you're like, okay, it's a very, 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 very small village in the middle of Denmark with 2 restaurants, and they both serve the exact same food, and nothing is open past like 6 o'clock. There's no Walmarts. There's no big box stores. There's nothing to do. So I have done that, which I know is on a lot of people's bucket list, and I've done that. I have been to Legoland Billund several times. I've gotten to see the factory. I got to meet Kel. I've met Kel. I've met Jorn V. So those were huge kind of bucket list things that I've already done. I would like to go to Legoland California one day. I've actually never been there. It's silly enough that I've gone to Legoland Billund more times than I can count, but I've never been to the Legoland in California. So that would be cool one day. I'd also like to go to Legoland Florida one day. One of the things that I really wanted to do back in the day was get one of my sets through Lego Ideas. And I did have a Lego Ideas project up before they made the rule that Lego employees couldn't submit. So that didn't used to be, that wasn't a rule when Lego Ideas launched, and I checked. Like I checked and I asked, and it was not a rule. So I had a Pokemon project up that got up to 3,500 supporters. And then they changed the rules saying Lego employees could no longer submit, and they had to archive it. Now I can put them up again because I'm not an employee. So I'm thinking about maybe trying something, but now Mega has the Pokemon license, so that kind of
was disappointing, but you know.
Have you? So here's a confession time. I have several of the Mega Constructs Pokemon sets.
I understand, and I really looked at them hard, and I'm just like.
So I bought them kind of for the novelty of having them. Right. I didn't open any of them. They're just still sealed, and they sit in the corner. But I wanted one of them. I wanted to feel if the brick quality has changed. I wanted to see, but I didn't want to open one of the bigger ones. So I went and I bought one of the
Mega Constructs, or is it the Mega Block?
It's Mega Constructs because so here's the thing. You know, Mega Bloks was purchased by Mattel,
right?
Or I should say Mega Brands, and so Mega Brands has the Mega Bloks property. And one of the things Mattel has done in the last year or so is they've decided to rebrand Mega Bloks Toy. So if you go to like the preschool aisle, you'll still see Mega Bloks. You'll see like the big, you know, the zipper tote with like the giant thing. It's Mega Bloks by and they put on their Fisher Price logo on there too. So it says Mega Bloks by Fisher Price, which is owned by Mattel. But the original, like the Mega Bloks that we all kind of know of as fans, is now Mega Constructs.
Gotcha.
So I bought the really small, like little Pokeball set to make a Meowth. And I said, I'll open this one. And I did. I opened it, and I was very, very impressed with the build. The clutch power was perfectly fine. There was no pieces that were impossible to get together or they fall apart. Wasn't there?
I remember that quality of Mega Bloks, so I still have
scars.
Memory, yeah, scars. We will say it's just outright scars. And when I see Mega Bloks in a bulk buy, when I buy a used set of brick, and I find Mega Bloks, they just go straight into the trash.
And you know what? I'm right there with you. And so I was very hesitant when I did this, which is why I wanted to open the small one and not open one of the bigger ones that I kind of bought just for the novelty of having the box of having it. And I was very impressed. It was you can tell that Mattel has been pumping millions of dollars into their R&D into that. And so now
Mattel does good things. They do good things.
I'm I'm gonna open my bigger ones now and start playing around with it.
If you're Pokemon fan, do it.
Here
Oh,
we go. I'm on level 3 now. So just cross-membering them and getting it ready. Usually to make it secure, it's about maybe 4-5 levels.
Oh, you said something earlier that before I was on that I was like, man, we should totally turn that into a thing. It was right before you started the introductions, and I think what was the phrase? Let me introduce who I am, and then it was like, who's this crazy guy that sits in his basement and builds clear castles or something? I need to go back and listen to what exactly that phrase was, because I'm like, that is the phrase that should be on his shirt. Like that is the sentence that should be like used to describe this man.
Reed Yeager, man who builds castle.
Do I need on the front? Do I need a special brick? A couple bricks that say that?
Yeah, absolutely.
See,
See,
I've got
Stuart,
my
make that
power plant
number.
going for the RC car. So
look at that. Look at that bad boy.
going, working on it.
That robotics, let me tell you. Mad respect. Goes above and beyond me.
The
Wait,
trick is,
What do you mean with any of that stuff I gave you yet?
I have not. Did I mention that I did 2 11-hour shifts this week?
You did. Hey, do you still have my Maersk train in loading station somewhere still, I take it?
Yes, I do. It is in a container over here. You need me to bring it down to you?
No, I'm good. Just making sure you haven't like sold my Maersk train from underneath me, you know.
I wouldn't do that. It's one of those things. If you noticed, everyone who lent me brick for the train show got it back pretty quickly.
Except for me, but as long as you're playing with it, at some point you're fine. Making it better, making it more exciting. Maybe having containers fall on minifigs such as Kevin Hinkle or something. David made it, maybe.
Hi.
David, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you too. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I had to.
Can't though. Your hand.
I'm sorry,
Why are we looking at your hand, David?
because I was trying to turn off the camera.
I love that
Put your
picture.
face on the screen.
That picture of you in the chat before you log into the call where it's like, I am infuriated. And it's just you being mad. That's pretty good.
The funny thing is that picture I thought was the static picture that comes up for the Hangout, but it's not.
Moral of the story is, it isn't.
It isn't. That's not what you think it is.
Well, we had 4 people watching for a while there, guys. Might have jumped
Well,
in.
we're 4 people, so that would be us, right?
No, because only if you have it open. If you have YouTube open, I have it open for chat. So I'm 1. Now, if any of you else have it open, then that would be number 2. But if nobody else has it open in YouTube,
I don't have it open.
Just the Google Hangouts, and we have somebody watching. So
I turned it off when I joined.
That's very wise.
Gareth is waving at me, so we have somebody. We have an old Demlug member who moved out east is waving from somewhere at us. So
That's a little scary. Somebody is waving at you somewhere.
Messenger.
I am terrified.
Yeah, I forgot. Oh yeah, it was when Tanya was relating her story and about joining the club.
Yes.
All I could think of was stalker. But it's okay. People do it.
Stalker alert.
Hey, one of our members, he's a young kid, but he wanted to join NELUG, like when he was maybe 14, and we have like an 18 and over rule. Because when we go out to have meetings, we usually have like drinks and that kind of stuff. But it's still okay if there's 18. But anyways, our first introduction to him was at Kids Fest Hartford.
Oh boy.
And he came in with a notepad clipboard.
Oh
with,
no.
With members' names on it.
Oh.
He would go around and introduce himself, and he was known as the clipboard boy.
The clipboard boy.
So yeah, it was quite amusing. We kid him about it now at times, but glad I was at lunch when he came in.
There was this when we were at Philly Brickfest this year, something that was actually really cool is the owner reserved the Legoland Discovery Center for the opening ceremonies, which was pretty awesome. And I mean, like, really reserved it. Like, they closed down the Discovery Center just for the AFOLs.
Wow.
And so he even provided a bus service to the Discovery Center from the venue, which I thought was also just kind of unexpected. Sorry, I keep going to the other room because I'm putting pieces up. So we were on this bus. There was 2 buses to transport everybody, like just like old school buses. So it was like, obviously all the money went to reserving the venue. So we were in there.
About safety.
Yeah, it was fine. And there was this one guy who was probably in his early 20s, and he was different. and we were driving, and I mean, he was really loud. I don't know if he just didn't realize he was loud, or if he just I don't know. But he was very loud. And we were driving. He goes, "On your left, you'll see the so-and-so restaurant that's owned by so-and-so that lives on so-and-so street. I used to go there when I was 13, but my dad and him have a long relationship, and his I mean, he would go into the most intricate stories of no importance. Like, my dad knew this guy one time, and they had this conversation, and found out that he doesn't like this, so on Tuesdays he does this in his restaurant, and you can get a good meal at this much cost, and make sure you ask him about this special." Like what you would hear from like a tour bus guy. But like,
tour bus guy with no real information,
but not really any good information. I thought he was joking. Everyone thought he was joking, so we laughed, and then we kept driving. He's like, "On your right, you'll see that," and he never stopped the whole drive from the venue to the Legoland, which was 30 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
And I mean, everybody just like started getting quiet, and we're all just like, "Shoot me!" And I just sat there, and I just like sulked in my chair, and I just stared. I never lost eye contact with him, and I just kept staring. Like, "Are you seriously still going?" And he's like, "Over here, you'll notice that wall used to have a graffiti of this, and in the in 2014, the city council passed an ordinance to have." I'm like, "Oh my goodness, dude! Like, we're done, man." And so me and a lot of the other people on that bus were like, "How can we make sure we're on the other bus when we leave? Like, what is the secret code that we need to do to not get on this bus?" And the sad, ironic thing is that they had a head count, and they had a person in charge of each bus, so they made sure that the same amount of people got on the same bus, and so we all had to get on the same bus.
Yeah, but the good thing is that he couldn't repeat any of the information that he already told you, right? He didn't have a plan in the audience.
He was a little tuckered out on the way back, so he didn't have any stories to share that time.
Oh, did people like feed him like free drinks with sleeping pills or something?
Well, actually, believe it or not, the other thing at the Legoland, they also had open bar that was paid for.
Oh, jeez! Wow.
Yeah,
That's insane.
You guys know I don't partake. But it was funny because yeah, they had an open bar that was paid for by Brickfest, but if you wanted like actual food or any other beverage like water or coffee or tea, you had to pay for it. So like people were getting free booze, but I had to buy my own coffee and sandwich. Stupid.
Good evening, Ralph.
Hey, Ralph.
Howdy, everybody.
Hello
How are
there.
you?
Welcome to the
Hola.
welcome to the dollhouse.
Hey, I like that tank behind you there, Kevin.
Thank you. That's where my oil is.
Mm. I have two of those.
2 of them.
Yeah,
Goodness.
So how much kerosene do you burn in the winter?
none.
Oh goodness. I don't know how. I think this is what 600 gallons in there or something like that.
Yeah, they're pretty hefty.
And I usually have to fill it up. Oh, my goodness. I mean, Dave, you know, we've had some bad winters here in the last couple of
Yeah.
years. I mean, this last one wasn't too bad, but maybe it was the one before 2 years ago, which was just awful. And I think I spent like $5,000 on oil just for through winter. And I'm
Yeah,
like, this
easily.
is bankrupting me. But
I mean, this winter we were paying about $380 every 10 days.
yeah, it's awful. It's just terrible.
Yeah.
And I'm not used to it because, you know, being a Texan and then a Coloradian and then a Arizonian, I didn't have these things. What is this? What is this thing? I remember when I moved in, I said, "What is that? Is that like a pod? Is that like a Bacta tank? You go in there and get healed."
Well, it wasn't all that long ago I heated my house off with propane.
Oh, God.
We got a
Wow.
500-gallon propane tank in the backyard.
And propane accessories.
And propane accessories, yeah.
All right. Okay. Very good.
So
Every-
we were filling. There was one winter we were filling that tank every month because it was so cold up here.
It's awful. That's just terrible.
Yeah, well, propane at the time was like $3.50 a gallon, so 500 gallons a shot.
Yeah.
You either do that or you freeze to death. So there you go. There's your options.
Yeah.
We'll
Be
find-
warm and
we'll
close.
So the warm environments, you don't have the heat, but your electricity bills must be pretty high for all the AC.
Yes, central air, man. Get that central air going.
It's, well,
I'm from Texas, and Kevin, you were in Texas. Are
Mhm.
you not? You like live off of AC? Because I'm a
Yeah.
Texan, and
Yeah.
I never had AC.
Yeah, so I was pretty confused when I moved from Austin to Colorado to Denver because in Texas it's against the law as a landlord to lease any type of property without AC unit. And so when I moved to Denver, I was like insulted that we didn't have an AC in our apartment, and I said, "You realize like I can report you." And of course they knew more than I did. I mean, they were a landlord in Colorado, and of course I had to do my research and realize, oh, that's not a thing here. But in Texas, I mean, there's no such thing. It's against the law. Like every property has AC built into it, and
Yeah,
so
it's
like my whole life, I was used to it.
Or Kevin.
Or me. That's the story of my life.
You just have to suffer through it.
Getting there.
What you building?
Me?
Yeah, no,
I'm
it's fine.
I'm
It's
built.
fine.
Who, me?
Yeah, you, me.
Who me?
Okay. Give me a second. Let me put this pin in, and I will show you what I am up to. I think it's pretty handy. While I fumble around to put a pin in. I am a klutz. You did not know that. I am a klutz. I'm a grade A klutz.
And I'm a clutch powers.
Like how?
Powers activate, right?
Clutch power gets the job done.
It does.
He likes to work alone.
He
likes
does.
to-
right before you started the stream read, I was actually in the process of binge watching the entire Galador television series.
I'm sorry I interrupted.
Wow.
I'm really sorry.
Yeah, because at Brick Fair, Virginia, they're having Matthew Ewald, who's the actor who played Nicholas Bluetooth in the TV show, as a special guest. He's also his likeness is what the toy is based on. Like, it's his face.
Really?
Cool.
And also his face is on all the packaging. So he got royalties from all the toys back in the. I mean, not that they sold super well, but he got the royalties from that, and it was actually his first big acting gig.
Wow.
So he's super excited, but I felt like it'd be really weird if I wanted to meet him and talk to him and take pictures with him and have no clue about the TV show at all. So I am binge watching it. So I watched episodes 1 and 2 before we started the stream.
Nice.
I was going to say,
And I
wondering
did.
for your delay, so yeah, that makes sense now.
And I did. There was a really funny joke that I laughed at because he's got like the girl Allegra is like his partner, and they're friends. So at least so far, I think it's going to develop into something further. But they're friends, and it's Nick Bluetooth and Allegra, and they have just met Jens, who's the robot with the one eye, and he's like, Nicholas, you're the savior. You're the one who's going to save Galador. And he like looks at Allegra and he's like, who are you? And she's like, I'm his friend. He's like, you're a disaster. And I laughed so hard. And then later on in the episode, they even did a callback where like the ship crashed and she's like, the ship crashed. She says something. He goes, yeah, that would be a disaster. And he looks at her and goes, we already have one disaster. And I was just like,
Is this like a comedy series or something?
it's a really, really old Lego sponsored, or whatever you want to call it, developed television show on Fox Kids.
Wow.
Nice.
So it's been entertaining. But yeah, not to derail from you showing off what you've built. Please.
I am almost ready to show it. I'm trying to get this one pin to seat. Because, there's always one pin that has to be like, no, I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. And the remote control.
Hey, Kevin experienced that in the Star Wars build day, I think.
I did.
All that.
Yeah. No, I built it wrong. That was the thing.
No.
Here we go. Wheel 1 is on.
What will it be when it's done?
It will be a radio control car.
Awesome.
What it is beautiful.
Oh, that's the is that the new wheel from the newest car?
I'm not sure about that.
Oh, I know that has like orange wheels.
All I know is it was pretty, so I bought it.
That makes sense.
That works.
There's some marketing manager who's like cursing into the wind. It's like, it wasn't my marketing campaign that got you to buy that. It's because it was pretty.
Here you go. Here you go, guys. We have a question in the chat. It's back to Kevin at Constructs. They have discounted the Star Trek line on Amazon by a huge amount. Is there an explanation? Are Mega Constructs not selling well since the takeover?
I don't know anything for certain, but I actually think they're probably selling. I think if nothing, Pokemon has helped them sell more. I think they really got a strong license with that. I mean, Star Trek, I don't know. I think Star Trek maybe wasn't the right fit for them, at least not right now. I think they need to get to like the core, and of course the core is kids. And what are kids talking about right now? They're talking about, Pokemon. They're talking about Minecraft. And so I can't say for certain. I have no clue, but I don't think the Star Trek line was a right fit. I think it was worth a shot. But I think the Pokemon stuff has been doing phenomenally well. I mean, they've been pumping that out left and right. So
With the frequency that they have of being able to like grab licenses from pretty much anything.
Yeah,
For them, it was just like let's throw everything at the wall and see what sticks, and don't look back.
exactly.
Mattel does have a lot of rights to a lot of different properties, so
Exactly.
they already have a lot of power in the marketplace when it comes to toys because of their history with a lot of licenses.
Looky,
Oh, wow.
looky. I
As
got-
soon as that
Yeah.
purchase happened, there was a bunch of people in Denmark that looked up into the sky going, I just sensed a great disturbance.
The big enterprise is going for $77,
Wow.
down from
Is that
down from $250.
is that the big one that has like the whole back of
Yes.
the ship is like one part?
Then the nacelle strips are,
Yeah, nah,
Um,
not so much.
but it has lights.
It does.
Yeah, it has lights on the nacelles and stuff. I might have to get this. Don't tell anybody. Oh crap! This is on YouTube.
The world will never know. No one's watching this channel.
As like a research tool. That's it for research.
There are people who are watching it after we're done, though.
It's
Yeah,
still
I
for
think-
research.
Yeah, these-
So I don't know if you were here earlier, Dave, when I was confessing, but so this is a mega Pokemon set.
Oh, I
that
know.
and I built and I put it together, and I was very, very impressed with this. The
Huh.
quality of plastic is top notch. There's
Really?
no clutch power problems at all.
Wow.
Nothing was too hard to stick together. Nothing was too hard to take apart. It has kind of cool functionality to it. I mean, they even have like the incorporation of like fabric, like capes and stuff, but they did it for Whiskers for him.
Hmm. Do they still
I
have a lot
was-
of specialized chunks?
You know what? It's definitely not as much as it used to be. I can see that they're trying to make like a system. Like if you look at like the shoulder and the hand there, that appears in a lot of the Pokemon sets in different colors. So it kind of reminds me of like a Mixel's joint.
Hmm.
Like develop something and
Android.
then use. Yeah.
Yeah.
So specialized, I guess, is all relevant, but
Yeah.
it's not like it used to be. And I was very impressed.
I might have to, since their clutch power seems to be better according to you. I might have to
Yeah.
look for some of those sets that have the 2x2 plate that has studs on both sides.
Oh yeah, that was in here, I think.
I love that piece.
It was in the head.
I wish Lego had that piece.
Yeah, I was very impressed with this. I have some much bigger Pokemon sets, and I bought them just for the novelty of having the box with Pokemon on it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really going to open them because I figured they probably weren't going to be a good build, but I really wanted to, which is why I buy this really tiny one so I could open it and just try it. And
So-
I was very impressed.
Are you gonna break out Charizard?
I think I'm going to open the other ones. I think it's going to happen. I actually bought 2 more from the store after I built this.
We have
Nothing
both
wrong.
wheels on. Whoop. I love differential.
See, this is when I was speaking to my ex-employer, going, if you strike me down now, I shall become more powerful than you can ever imagine.
Yes, Obi Kevin.
Somebody will
Obi-Wan Hinkle.
will be squirming.
Mm.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I have the higher ground.
Oh my
It's
God.
higher ground safer. That's
Always.
always okay.
They're gonna sit there and they're gonna
Funny.
like, Kevin, you were supposed to bring balance to the force, not shrouded in darkness. And they're gonna say,
think-
you're evil. I'm gonna say, from my perspective, you're evil.
You brought balance for a while, but not forever, unfortunately.
Isn't that the fate? Isn't that the fate?
Yeah, yeah. Balance means balance. That means. Yeah.
It means that after a while there was too much good, so I had to swing over to the bad side because I got to bring balance.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear your theme music as you walk by.
Please do. I slowly turn around. I'm like, where is Paul? Is he safe? It seems in your anger, he moved to retail.
Oh,
No.
yeah, that would be a big no. That's just horrible. Oh, man.
How often do you talk to him still,
Nightmare.
Kevin? Do you still talk to Paul?
Yeah, actually, I had lunch with him today.
Did you?
I did. That was part of my long, long day.
Oh, yeah.
Also,
How often do
he
you?
stayed local then.
I'm sorry. What? Say that again.
He stayed local.
I did. Yeah, we ate at. Well, we met to eat in East Longmeadow, so I wasn't too far away. Massachusetts. But yeah, and I put it on Twitter, and I know you all follow me on Twitter, and that's where all the cool kids are. But I just signed my lease today, so I will be in Connecticut for at least one more year.
Yeah, I saw that.
Wow.
One more year.
Hey, it's okay.
So I have the rear the rear powertrain of this car coming together pretty good.
Is that a mock or is that a set?
This is a mock.
All right, very good.
This is from scratch. This is me just pulling ideas out of my head and fitting pieces together until they go together the way I want them.
Out of your head, but in other places, that's for sure.
Are you going to put a knife on that?
Maybe.
Okay, all right.
We'll have to see.
Machine gun.
I just
Are you
I wanna-
modeling from Death Race 2000, the classic movie?
I just want to know what the trend is. What's the trend?
It's got
For-
knives on it.
Murder or for play?
For murderous play.
Yeah, just like cut everyone's Achilles tendon as it goes by. That'd be nice.
Pet Cemetery. Ooh.
I remember that scene. That was a bad scene.
That was a terrible scene. So awful. That's like anytime those old movies and you have like you bust out the claymation, that's nightmare fuel right there for you.
Oh,
So actually, for the first top section, I'm actually texturing, and this is the gatehouse. So this is level 4. So that's near the top of the gatehouse. So,
Your princess is in another castle, Reed.
hey, did you see you were being flanked by? I got you out of the tot tub, so you're being flanked by a couple unicorns and a couple dragons. So.
Hey, even Darth Vader can't spend all of his time in a bacta tank.
Oh, everybody fell off except for Kevin.
There's always business that needs to be solved.
Always. You know what I can do? I can take a break from this and open up the collectible minifigs I got today.
What's that? Recent?
Yeah, I don't do I don't feel bags, so just be clear on that.
But we'll have to see what you get then.
I can respect
It's not
that.
all brick. Let's hope it's not all brick boys and girls.
So-
They put a lot of those in these sets. Yes.
Current series 18. I still don't have all of them. I'm still missing I think 4 or 5 of them. So we'll see.
Yeah, you'll have to let me know.
The first one I already have, so that's great.
Which
this
is the first one?
It's the dragon.
Oh well, if you want to get rid of some of him, just let me know. I could use more.
Dragon.
Yeah, I need more of them. I'll take more.
Okay.
Just bring him to Chicago.
So I'm not going to build him because he disappointed me.
What? Dragon disappointed
Wow.
you? Why did Dragon disappoint you?
I already built one, so he'll just be
Oh,
thrown
okay.
in the collection.
Okay,
Uh,
I can accept that answer.
The second one, I can't remember if I have this one or not.
Which one is it?
This is the fire crotch guy.
excuse me.
Ah,
The fire. Hold
I
it
mean,
up.
Sure.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rocket Guy.
Oh, Rocket Boy. No, your description was accurate and apt. Yeah.
Let me look. I don't know if I have him or not. Let me cross-reference.
Fire crotch guy.
Hey, good news, everybody. I did not have Firecrotch already,
Sweet.
so he gets to be added. Cool. All right, that's good. That's good.
Does that mean he has flames coming out of his butt too?
No, because he would be. No, never mind. No. Yeah, so he's good. So he's gonna stay built and added to the other ones for a while. They won't stay built forever, but he'll go over there. All right. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Let's see. I already have this one.
Which one?
This is the elephant person, lady, elephant girl.
You got a really cool mouse.
It does.
It
It's
does.
a nice mouse mold. Okay. I will not build you because you disappointed me. All right. Second to last one is this one is the potted plant person.
That one's cute.
I think I have this one.
Audrey?
Yeah. Feed me. Okay, I need to cross-reference the plant. I think I have the plant. And then the last one, this is it right here. My cheek says it is going to be one I don't have. Can you imagine if somebody was in all the stores rubbing the packs on their face?
Oh God.
You know, there's a bottle of hand sanitizer at the front counter for good reason, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I the only one that does that? All right. Let's see.
Yeah.
This
Same people looking.
all right. Let me cross-reference. I think I have this one too. Is the spider guy?
Yeah. Usually get him if you're feeling for the dragon because he's kind of close.
That's a huge
I've got
spider.
like half a dozen of the spider guy.
I have very limited supply duplicates.
Sigh.
A couple of the cat people just to go, a couple more cat ladies.
So this was actually not very helpful. I only got the rocket guy. I still need the clown. I still need the birthday party kid with the little collectible minifig pouch and the balloon.
Nice.
I still need the unicorn knight person.
I got a bunch of him.
And I still need the birthday girl with the balloon.
You didn't get either of the birthday kids?
No, I don't have either of them. And the last one I need is not the policeman because I have him. It's the blue 2x3 brick girl.
Oh, so we can probably find those for you. So you need the both birthday kids, the blue brick girl, the unicorn, which I have a bunch of, and then the clown. And you can feel him. Usually I can feel him because he's got the balloon animals. So
Don't compromise his principles. He doesn't feel the bat.
I feel them on my face.
I'll feel him for him because if he's got extra dragons, I'm always willing to trade.
I'm willing to allow other people to feel bags on my behalf, but I don't feel bags.
I'll accept that.
And when I was in Philly, because I just didn't want to deal with the whole chase thing, I went to every vendor and I said, "Do you have the Series 18 policeman?" And they'd say yes or no. And they say yes. I go, "How much are you selling it for?" I go, "Thank you." And then I move to the next table. "Do you have the Series 18 policeman?" And I went around the whole venue, and only two of them had it, and they were both selling it for the same price. So I just broke down and paid for it, which was $17 for the stupid policeman. I was like, well, there you go. Here, I got my stupid policeman. I don't have to worry about it anymore.
I think feeling is probably a better way for that.
I don't know. What's your time worth? What do you bill? What's a billable hour for you?
Usually my time is worth $50 to $80 an hour.
Yeah, $17 was a cheap choice.
And it's just the times that I've ever seen, like at a Walmart or Toys R Us, they're always already all like felt up, and half of them are gone, and it's in a different thing. I'm like, I don't know. I would feel better if I'm gonna put a fresh box on the shelf and you can feel and find what you want.
Well,
But-
what's funny is the Walmarts now, or especially around here, are locked. The cases are locked, so you don't have to ask to get access. So Gareth is asking about the police guy. So let's see here. Gareth, are you referring to this guy? Let me get a close up. Here he comes.
Open up wide. Here comes the airplane.
So what makes him different from like a regular policeman?
He's the old policeman.
He's a mock-up of the original policeman that they did back in
40 years ago.
40 years ago. So 1978.
Yeah, he's kind of lame.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But he's a chaser, so get to chasing.
There you go.
Let's chase somebody. Probably the clown.
The dragon is pretty nice though.
The dragon's a pretty nice one.
I got 2 up there, and I've got 1 there, and 1 there, and a couple up here, and 1 up there, 2 up there. I think I got 6 or 7 of the dragon.
Wow.
I got about
I do have a castle, guys. I do have a castle, and dragons generally hang around castles, so
It's true.
Wait, you have a castle?
No, he doesn't.
just a small one. Not very big.
At some point, I got to open this falcon.
I thought we were going to maybe do that for the live stream. Or are you going to want to do it sooner?
Oh, you mean the 24-hour live stream?
Yeah.
I probably won't even
Transport
finish
that
it in
out?
24 hours. Oh, man, my legs hurt. My legs hurt.
Get a heating pad or something for him.
All that walking around today and then mowing my lawn was just the coup de grace. It's just, and you're done.
You don't have a ride on?
No, I don't think I have a large enough lawn for that. I feel like I would be just silly. It's just sit there, spin around a couple times, and then be like, all right, I'm done.
No, you probably should, but probably not, since you don't know how long you're going to stay there, type kind of thing. So that's probably not
Yeah.
a wise investment.
You can like let's wrap it in the studded tape, and then like customize the body every time you want to go out.
Oh boy. Yeah. That'll be the.
Okay, I'll be quiet now.
And that's enough out of you. Yeah. No, I normally don't mind doing it. I really don't. But after I was already on my feet all day running errands, and then I came home like, ugh, I need to mow the lawn. It's like, man, I don't need to be doing this.
And no Reed there to help you do it. I'm sorry.
No read. I couldn't take a picture.
So, Ralph, are you in for doing any kind of an introduction this evening?
Introduction to what?
Of who you
To you?
are?
Who I am?
Just
Yeah.
That's easy enough. So I think everybody else on here already knows me, but those watching, my name's Ralph. I am the Lego ambassador for Denlug, and I currently primarily build city with trains and quite a bit of Technic, because it's that time of the year for me to build Technic.
Is it it's a seasonal build?
It sort of is with me. On Monday, I'm actually going out to one of our local elementary schools, and I am doing a simple machines class, and I use my Technic builds for that.
That's
So
pretty
kids
cool.
can- yeah. And then at the end of the same week, when school comes to an end, I'll actually be there teaching the kids, or sort of teaching the kids anyways. I don't get much time with them. Principles of inertia and that using Lego race cars. So I've got
Nice.
just in this week 2 different classes. So,
Nice.
so it is, as you said, kind of a seasonal thing right now.
Interesting.
Any kind of Lego bucket list items for you, Ralph?
Yeah, I actually do have one. I thought about this a little bit, and I'm one of those lucky people that actually saw the Lego land that was in Germany before it closed way many moons ago. So I would like to actually go to Denmark and see the Lego land there, and of course the Lego house now. But that's my big bucket list item. It's visit Denmark and check out the Lego stuff there. I think that'd be like 2 or 3 weeks probably for me to absorb all that.
Are
If
you
not,
are you planning on attending tomorrow?
now I'm going to be having to do that by proxy. Unfortunately, we just finally got around to hiring 2 more people. Until they finish the paperwork with human resources, they
Ugh,
cannot start yet.
human resources. It's a bunch of Tobys.
Yeah.
Bunch of Tobys.
So I'm stuck working both tomorrow and Sunday.
That's fine.
Is-
I mean, Tanya had asked earlier, and I didn't know, so I figured I'd ask.
No, I still have to figure out who's going to do my proxy votes for tomorrow.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is. But this should be the last month of my absence, because I ought to be able to get a schedule now where I can attend the meeting on a monthly basis again.
That's cool.
Where are you guys gonna meet?
You mean,
Sorry, go ahead, guys.
Rock Library.
Oh,
it's pretty nice. I mean, plus it's nice for more of our southern members. They can get up from the Springs and meet the south. So, I mean, we are more of a southern group than a northern group. So, that's the goal, to meet farther south. So,
I did accomplish a couple things this week. I met up with Jeremy, passed off his support package for the upcoming show.
oh my goodness. There's more collectible minifigs in this bag, and I didn't realize that.
what?
I'm sorry. Sorry to cut you off. There's 2 more.
No, it was a Lego update. Those are important, man.
These are probably going to be more of the exact same ones I already have.
Yeah.
With that attitude.
Yeah. So Jeremy's got support for his show coming up, so that was taken care of. And I managed to visit the Park Meadows Lego store. So
Cool. That's good. What shows do we have to? Are there any other shows we're kind of filing for right now?
yeah, I'm kind of hoping I didn't miss one. But yeah, there's a couple coming up that I got to take care of for August. The big thing is change in support, which I really am not going to talk about here on YouTube.
Right. Even further changes than what we've already heard about.
Yeah, there's some adjustments.
That's Danish for we done screwed up.
Yeah, yeah. They're not completely bad for us, but it's not something I can talk about here. So
Right. Yeah.
So
It's fine.
another
Kevin took care of it for you. You're fine.
another horse, another spider. Oh,
I'm done with the top level except for the Crenolate. Whee! Oh, geez, I need a wall because I need to figure out where stuff goes.
I installed some new lights over my city.
Cool.
They're overdue. I've got to go buy a few more because I'm a little short with where I want to be. That's pretty much it. Boring person.
No.
He lies. We all lie.
Oh, Tanya, you might appreciate this. About a Raspberry Pi this week.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I've got grand ideas what I'm going to do with it, but I'm having a lot of fun messing with it right now.
That's what you're supposed to do. Cheap, fun.
Plan to build some automated crossing gates and have the software control that. But I'm going to expand that to using cameras to keep track of where the trains are. And let the Pi do all the lock controls for it.
Nice.
See how it turns out.
Oh, another flower person. Man, this is lame.
Hippie.
I thought those like birthday kits were easy to get.
They are. I've got a ton of
Well,
them.
maybe I'm just broken.
Don't feel bad, Kevin. I don't have any of those.
You don't have
I
any
got
of
a
them?
bunch of those clowns, though.
Isn't that weird whenever you find other people that have like this super abundance of the one you don't have? It's like,
Yeah.
All right, okay. I like these plates though, the orange plates.
Yeah. Suspension is in. Suspension.
Is that for the car show coming up?
Yes.
I
My
can't
goal
believe
is to have 2 of these ready.
Yeah, sadly, I'm thinking I'm gonna miss that. I really like the car show.
But Ralph,
So be it.
You know, it's just that time.
Just the way things go. I trust
these
me.
are like opera glasses. The little
Yeah, they are. Little spectacles.
little. I can see closer now. Glasses.
I dare declare.
So Tanya, what are you using for motors in your RC car? Are you using like the buggy motors or
This one is
power function
I'm
motors?
testing out an L motor for the first time. I bought some L motors because reading online, a lot of people who build RC with Lego say that the L motor is a good balance of RPM and torque for their build. So,
I can see
but
that.
also, outside of the excluding the servo motor, which is an expensive POS, excuse me.
Yeah.
A point of
Good
sale.
to know.
Yeah, pony.
Sure.
Sure, we'll go with that, sir. The L motor is the second most expensive. You can pick up the M motors for $7.50. The XL motor is $9 or $10, and the L motor is $13.
Yes, but they won't burn out like the medium motors all the time.
What's that?
They last longer than the medium motors.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah.
So
So I have a couple large motors and I really like them because, like you said, they have a good balance and plus their size is easier to cope with than the XL motors.
they are easier to work with. Now, my robot, my knife wielding robot, has 2 XLs that drive his tracks because I just need the torque. But I have burned up so far. I have burned up 3 XL motors. But then again, I'm also overpowering the Basically, Lego took 12-volt motors and stepped them down to 9 volts with a thermistor in them and everything.
Yep.
It's for the
And-
children.
Right, exactly. So they're meant. Lego motors are meant to be rug crawlers. They're not meant for mad women, mad geniuses like me who try to get a Lego
Wanted to
built
follow the laws of
car.
physics.
Right? Yeah.
How dare you want to be creative?
I know.
I'm
With
gonna
a
need
children's toy, nonetheless.
I'm gonna need you to tone it down.
Tone it down. Like I say, kids love my robots.
That they
That's-
big magnets for the kids.
They are, and
That's surprising considering they wield knives.
That is
I told you I leave the life off at the shows.
Oh,
Tonight
it's
is when I take
okay.
it to the office and harass the fellow engineers.
Man, so that robot's got a dark side after hours.
Don't feed it after midnight or something like that.
Apparently, he gets
See, now if
rambunctious.
I was just a smidge more prepared for the Star Wars show, I would have taken him I would have taken him and had a lightsaber on him, so he could chase people around with a lightsaber. That would have been good.
I think that's a deterrent for going under these stanchions at most of our shows.
stanchion area patrolled by knife welding robot.
Kevin, was that one of your dogs just making noise?
Well, I'm sorry. What did you say?
I just heard a weird. I thought I heard it bark. No,
I don't think so.
I'm hearing things.
Yeah. You
Bark.
need to step away from the plastic there, Reed. Touching your brain.
If this works, I don't know if this is gonna work. We're gonna see. It's just like the Keep. Got that weird. It's too big type thing. Let's see.
No, wait, did you just say the Keep was too big?
He did say that.
I didn't hear that right.
Yeah.
The old Keep was too big. So
oh, okay.
Still,
see what happens is there's an overhang. There's an overhang on here, so that's I got to figure out how to hook it so it fits in there. Oh well. Is what it is.
Oh my.
But it is a little bit too tall.
Wait, did you decide on a dash cam yet?
No, not yet. Still playing with the idea.
What are you giving
Oh,
a dash cam for?
He's gonna start arresting people.
no, just because I see so many crazy morons on the road, I just thought it'd be nice to
Yep.
have one.
You almost killed me and Paul though when we were in Denver.
Oh, do tell.
If you want insurance, it's
Well,
mandatory to have a dash cam.
You do know that Paul and you did kill an iron. Well, that's where my iron is. It's dead. I was wondering where it went. I remember now it's dead. You guys killed it. I don't know where it went. I don't know where it went. You killed my iron.
Wow.
Hey,
He's not denying it either. He's just laughing.
I deny nothing. I have no regrets.
You killed my iron.
That was funny, but I think our lives is more important than the iron. That was.
I don't know.
We were driving. Reed was driving us to his. I think we were going to your place, weren't we?
Maybe, yeah, probably.
We were going from Denver Brickfest to Reed's apartment, and it was raining, and it was me in the passenger front, Reed driving, and Paul in the back. And I mean, you were going pretty fast. Let's be honest. You were driving pretty fast. You're driving like 80 miles an hour on the highway.
That's slow in Denver.
Well, then you were driving 100 miles an hour. And it
20
was
over.
raining. It was raining. It was night. So it was kind of like, that slick roads where like you can't see, the lights are just everywhere. There was 100 cars on the road. You were weaving and bobbing, and you were like engaged in a heated discussion about something. Like you were passionately talking about. So I don't remember what you were talking about, and I remember looking ahead of us, and there was a car, like a truck or a van or something with like pipes sticking out of the back of it, like a tow truck. And you were just barreling at it like 100 miles an hour, and it had its like brake lights on, and I just like, I have no clue what you were saying. You were saying something, and like everything just went to slow motion, and I was like, he is gonna kill us. And I turned and I looked back at Paul, and Paul just looked terrified, and he was like midpoint to like the tow truck we were about to like rear end like 100 miles an hour, and I was like, I think Reed sees this. We're about to hit this car. I hope he does, but he's really engaged in this conversation we're having, and I was like, I think I was like, my mouth was open and I was about to say like, hey, we're gonna hit that car, and then you saw it, and you just like swerved to the left to the other lane and just kept going, and you punched it, and you never skipped a beat. You were like talking the whole time, and you were just like, I mean, it just like, it's like it never happened.
Hey, Kevin, just so you know, that's how expert drivers drive. We don't skip it.
Like, I swear, man, like there wasn't a pause in your point. You were just talking, and Paul and I couldn't. Like, we were terrified that we were about to hit that truck, and then you amazingly veered out of the way with like on a dime and never stopped talking, and we could not finish the conversation because we had to acknowledge the fact of what just happened. And so like we just said, nope, we cannot talk about this until we talk about what just happened. And we talked about that for like the entire rest of the drive to your apartment, and then we got out and realized that your iron, okay, first of all, I don't know why your iron was in your car. All right, second of all, the power cord for your iron was outside of the car, and so that's gone.
Oh, you know what? That was, I mean, we had to stop at the Target because I was like, I'm hearing something. Something's making a lot of racket in that parking lot. And I'm like, oh, look, I've been dragging something the whole time. What is this? And I open the door and I'm like, oh,
there's this frayed cord. But I think if I remember, you were the one that enlightened us that it was an iron. And we were like, why did you have an iron in your car? We're just like, what's happening?
I don't remember why.
Dress clothing for our time.
That was so. But I'm never gonna forget that, Reed. Like, I almost died that night. Like, I'm never gonna forget that. That was like, that's like NASCAR driving. That was just insane. And the fact that you didn't even like acknowledge the fact that it almost happened. It's just like, just kept talking. It's like, wait, no, stop talking.
Like I said, years and years of great driving, not looking at the person next to me, every idiot does in the world, and then they end up in the back end of another vehicle. Well,
I love that.
That's how you do it.
I'm sure he was looking at all the mirrors. He has a 360 view, and
I'm always looking at everything. I mean, that's why when I'm talking right now, and I'm not looking at the camera. I don't need to look at the camera.
Yeah.
I can stop and be like, ooh, I like to look at stuff when I talk, but I become unproductive. I lose building contest to Kevin when that happens.
Oh, did you? When did that happen?
That happened on May the 4th, remember? You kept distracting me and slowed down my building techniques.
Oh, yeah, and my set had like 400 more pieces than you.
Right.
That was fun. I like beating people.
That could be so many ways.
Yeah.
I like physically harming people. No.
Yeah, that ward in the hospital has some words for you.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Why? What'd you do, Kevin?
Speaking, nothing on record. Speaking of beating people, I don't know if you saw, but I've been I've been picked to be a combatant on Battle of the Bricks next Sunday.
I saw that.
The only way to advance to Chicago is to do it Chicago to win.
I know if I don't win, then I don't get to be like on stage at Brickworld.
Oh,
I'm kind of like
what's the battle? Do you know what the battle is about?
I kind of know a little bit. So apparently I have been shipped a set and I have to use the set that I get. I haven't got it yet.
Right.
That is supposed to arrive before this Sunday. The first round is actually tomorrow, which is not me. It's 2 other people. And so everybody gets the same set. You open the set up on air live, and I think you can only use the pieces from the set. I think that's the whole point.
Yep.
And I think there's like a couple prompts. Like there's 3 rounds, like make X, make Y, make Z, and then there's points. I think the host gives us points based on something, or there's like a vote through the chat system. But while it's happening, it's all raising money for St. Jude. And so if people donate a certain amount of money at certain times, it makes the combatants, we have to do stupid things. So like if you get a certain amount of money, like we have to build wearing socks on our hands.
Oh my god.
And so like I was already told that I need to have a clean pair of socks ready for when I get into the I'm like, oh no.
It's not a if, it's a when.
It's always a win. It's always a win. And so I mean, he's got some pretty heavy hitters in there. Like, I feel like I'm only in there due to notoriety. I'm just like, oh no, this is gonna be bad. I'm gonna walk in there like The Rock with like fog machines and stuff, and then I'm like, now how do you put these pieces together? Like, what do you do? So I don't know. The person I'm going against, I don't recognize the name, but I've seen his builds before on display at Brickworld, so of course that makes me feel awesome. I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah. Better awesome than sick.
Awesomely sick. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. That would suck to be like, hello everybody, I'm out. It's just like nobody wants to go out in the first round, you know? Like that's awful. At least get me to the semifinals.
How much time do you have?
I think it's an hour.
That's not bad.
I think it's an hour. He recommended that I watch the last season to see kind of how it goes, and I've watched a couple. I haven't watched them in their entirety, but I've watched a little bit of them. Like I saw that there was one of the players in the last season was told that they had to build on their knees, and so in the stream he was building it like a standing table, and then he goes, you have to get on your knees, and he's like trying to build, like he's like, I can't reach the pieces. He's like, sorry, for the next 5 minutes you can't stand up. I was like, this is terrible. So I don't know what I'm going to get myself into. I'm going to find out.
It's always good. Surprise, surprise.
Do good things and have fun.
There it is.
Yeah. I might recommend, as far as the socks go, see if you can get like a pair of very thin material socks.
I got all right. So confession time. So I got some. So I ordered some socks that have already arrived, which are slightly thinner, but they're also Super Mario print. So that I have them ready for screen time.
That's perfect.
That's actually
I hope there's style points.
Style points always.
Yeah.
So I'm going through these pieces that were in the Brickhead set, the customizable Brickhead set, and it's nice to see how many of these new little bracket pieces, these little 1x2 plates with the front thing. You get a lot of these. You get them in brown, you get them in green, you get them in yellow, you get them in orange. It's pretty good.
You want to see a nightmare? Here, there you go. That's what I tend to power my Lego motors with.
Nice.
I don't care.
They last a lot longer.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure they do.
And they put more towards the level of power that Lego Motors seem to actually want.
Well, they're
Yeah.
12-volt motors and a underpowered.
9-volt chassis.
Yeah.
Did you see the new trains? They got the new trains out, and they've got some new power function, at least remotes.
Bluetooth.
They're Bluetooth.
Yeah,
Oh,
here,
nice.
yeah.
Nicholas Bluetooth?
Lego is
No.
doing Bluetooth now
Not that
with their new
Bluetooth.
power functions, and I am waiting with bated breath to see how they execute.
Aren't we always?
Usually, yes.
Yeah. Also, with what new cable connector do we need to buy now? And how many converters will it take to go from this to that?
Just tell
As
me,
many as they can sell.
on a percentage scale how much of my collection you've made useless. Only 6%. All right.
How many converters will it take to go from this to that?
Dave, do you want to do introduction at all?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
No, the other Dave.
I didn't hear the first word. It was a little
Okay.
muffled. All right, who's he talking to? Oh God, I hate these things.
What I did for last summer is
Exactly. I'm having bad flashbacks to Chinese school. It's not happy. Okay. Well, my name is Dave. I am on the East Coast, Boston, Mass, to be specific. I'm a part of NELUG, the New England Lego Users Group. I never had Lego as a kid. I'm sorry?
You're camera shy.
Yes, I am.
unless it's the infuriating picture.
That's my normal look.
It's
A look
awesome.
of contempt? Yeah, that's my normal look. Yes, my camera is non-functioning. Sorry.
That's what we're gonna go with.
Yep. You get one digital track. That's all you get. It's either voice or picture.
Choose
You can't
one.
have both.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I never had never had Lego as a kid. So my first introduction to Lego was actually in my late 20s.
Wow.
Actually, yeah. And I started off with Technic because I like the mechanics and all that kind of fun stuff.
Was it the
And I
right
don't-
season? Was it the right season for Technic? Sorry.
I don't know. I was a noob. I don't know.
Oh.
But yeah, where am I going with this? Yeah, so I did have a slight dark age, I guess, from like 30 to 45 or something like that. Then I saw some more nice kids, and I got in touch with NELUG because I knew the manager at one of our stores up here, the Burling store, because we used to work together at another company that went Chapter 11. So he was going to tell me of like upcoming sales and that kind of stuff. And so was it the Orient Express line, the big red castle?
Ooh.
Joint Expedition, I think, or something like that.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. So those were going to go on sale. And so when they went in to pick one up, he said, "Oh no," they all went because we informed this club that's local of adult fans of Lego about them first. And I was like, "Oh no, that's not it." Like,
That's not gonna do.
so we went on, joined, so I can get the info, and from then on, it was pretty good. The club was involved in a lot of projects up here. I think it was because it's vicinity to home base of Lego. I mean, we had invited to do the Sea Science Center, all the Mill Yard buildings and that kind of stuff. that multi-year project. That was fun. We got to see headquarters a number of times. When there was a pinch, I would volunteer to go down to headquarters and just build there. And so one of the buildings on the mill yard, that's a big gray building, called the Canard, that I built out from a picture that was on a postcard.
Oh, cool.
So that came up pretty well. It was quite heavy.
Hashtag legends.
There's I hope people don't kill me about this, but there's a lot of transparent brick in that building. 2x4, 2x6,
Nice.
1x8.
All the good stuff.
Oh,
And
man.
yeah,
Well,
building
listen
at Lego headquarters is awesome.
to Whimper.
Um,
Reed is whimpering.
uh,
We can hear you, Reed. It's okay, man.
is he barking?
We
Is he-
understand your pain.
Is he barking?
You
Bark.
never know. You never know.
I haven't heard one of those.
Yeah. So another person who was in our club, who I really liked what he built. He built carnival rides, and that was Jamie Berard. And he definitely lit a fire under me as far as his designs, and because building mocks is great, but I love adding animation, movement, that kind of stuff, to really draw on people, and just it's a bit more fun than having a static display, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
So and I picked up some tips from him. What? Okay. So I picked up some tips from him, like not to, how not to make ABS dust, how not to fling minifigs from your rides when you start them up. A lot of good important stuff. Yeah, I know. So I learned a couple of things, and that's where I got my interest as far as creating carnival rides that work. My other mocks that I've built are skyscrapers that tend to be not the usual rectangular or square. They tend to have a lot of different shapes and aesthetics. I have one that is like a helix that spirals up. So it's I think the best compliment I get from a club member was, "Oh, that building has to be Dave's. It's really strange and has lots of color. It's got to be Dave's." So
It's really
Okay.
strange.
I was like, "Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'll accept that. That's fine." But yeah, I mean, I've had a brief
There's a
amount of
dog.
time compared to the rest of. Oh yeah, that's a
There's-
Chihuahua. That's not
there's
a
a
dog.
dog.
Backstage.
There's a dog.
Oh, that's your dog. That did not sound like a Chihuahua.
That is
Hey,
a
puppy.
very rambunctious golden retriever.
Sweet. Love
Not
retrievers.
the moaning it was making that last time.
No, that was to get my attention. She's across the room trying to get my wife's attention right now. She prefers to
sweet.
bark at my wife.
Hey, there's a hierarchy.
There's an alpha. There's always an alpha.
Always
it's
an
not
alpha.
me, I can tell
Yep.
you that.
So yeah, I mean, my time in NELUG was great. We've been involved with a lot of cool projects with Lego, a lot of opportunities. As Reed found out last week, a bunch of us worked on Lego Universe
Oh, memories.
in development, which was fun. It was a good experience. I liked it a lot. Kind of sad that it ahead.
Died before its time.
So, Dave, were you one of the ones that got to fly out to Louisville to work anything on the game? Like, did you do one of the trips?
I did all the trips except for the first one.
Okay, so what's funny is, over the years, I never really put two and two together, but I think Tom was the first person to make me think about this. But all the people that came to Colorado to all the AFLs that were part of the LUPS program you always got to do a shopping spree at the local Lego store as some part of it.
Yep.
And I was there every single time you guys went and did that.
Really?
And I was working in the store, and I was the guy at the register that checked you guys out. And I didn't even put two and two together until Tom goes, "Wait a minute, you came from Colorado." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "What store did you work in?" I was like, "The only Lego store that was there, Colorado Mills." He's like, "You wait a minute." And we sat there and we hashed this out, and I'm like, "Yeah, Tom, I remember a random big giant group of people that I had no clue what they were working on, and I was just told from corporate, these people are going to come in your store and give them a discount." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And I mean, it was this massive. I mean, you remember you were there. It's this
Yeah.
giant group of people. I have no clue who any of them are and what they're doing. But I'm just told, do my
I
job. And
remember, a lot of the people from Canada were just like buying thousands of dollars of kits.
yeah,
You're like, oh my
so
god!
I was there.
Oh, wow, that's
each time
cool.
you went and shopped, I was working at the register, and I like checked.
Awesome.
I don't know if I checked you out, but I checked. Like it was usually me on one side and another person
Yeah.
on the other side. And
Yeah, I used to have a lot of stuff from those trips that I've not unpacked.
that's pretty.
Wow.
That's pretty bad.
It is scary. It's scary. I mean, one of the videos they released to the public about the project,
Yeah.
you could see me in there. I'm standing in front of a box of parts. and I
Are you
pick up a-
concerned?
No, no. But I took a
Not the
I took a
concern
big scoop and just like let it flow over my head because there was so much.
Yeah,
So it's pretty cool.
it's pretty
But
awesome.
yeah, it was a great experience, and met a lot of good people there.
That's
So,
cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
it is
I
cool.
got to take a few trips up there, up to the Lego Universe Studios up there a few times.
Yeah. How
So you
far
know
away
what's-
were you?
Huh?
That's like 40 minutes, isn't it, Reed? It's like 40 minutes away to get to that old place.
Yeah, it's north. It's way up north, yeah.
Yeah, the memorable thing from Denver was the really odd, strange horse statue at the airport with the red eyes.
the giant blue one. Oh goodness me!
Lucifer.
Those
That thing-
those
sorry.
and groundhogs outside the hotel, like a whole crap load of groundhogs.
I remember
Yeah.
the times I flew out, because I'm not a native Coloradian, but the times I would fly out of DIA, and I'd always drive by that statue, and I would make a point to look at it and just shake my head in disapproval. Like, what is this? What is that? What is that?
Yeah.
But so what I find super fascinating. So I was working at Lego in that store, and of course, they don't tell part-time sales associate, "Oh, by the way, we're working on this top secret video game." Like they don't. It's bottom of the barrel, right? You don't get information like that. But because I was going to school at the Rocky Mountain College of Art and Design, and I was studying animation, the school had a relationship with NetDevil,
Mm.
which was the studio in Colorado that was producing the game. They had an ongoing relationship, and they, as part of being an art school, you would take tours of different studios and facilities and stuff like that. So I remember one time in one of my computer animation classes, they said, "Oh, we're going to take a tour of a studio called NetDevil in Louisville." And I was like, "Okay, I don't know what that means." But everybody in my school knew me as the Lego guy because I was working at the Lego store. I just like Lego. I was doing Lego stop motions in my classes.
Right.
And so I remember we went to NetDevil. We all had to sign NDA contracts
Right.
for what we were about to see. And then like the doors opened and it was like Legoland.
Yeah.
And every single person in the classroom, including my teacher, all turned and looked at me and said, "Kevin, what the hell's going on here?" And I was like, I have no idea what's happening in this building. And it was just
That's
so
pretty
crazy.
cool. Yeah.
And I remember Jim. I remember seeing Jim and Dwayne. They
Mhm.
were working there at the time, and I knew them both as AFLs, as members of the club, members of the local Colorado and Wyoming Lego
wow.
group who shop in my store.
Yeah.
And so I walk in there, and here's these two guys working at desks, and I'm like, So I mean, here I am. I'm an art student on a tour of a game studio, looking at two people that I see on my part-time job, working at a
Yeah.
desk, and we all just had this weird moment where we all look at each other like, "Hello, hello, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? I don't know what's going on." And I was like, "So you guys work here?" "Yeah, we work here." I'm like, "Why didn't you tell me?" Like, "We can't tell you."
Yeah. Before we tell you anything, did you sign a document?
It was so awesome, but it was so bizarre.
Yeah.
And then after that, yeah, Jim came in the store and he's like, "Well, now you know." I was just like, I do know. I don't know what's happening,
Wow.
but I know something.
Yeah. Small world, man. Wow.
It was really weird. But
That's
yeah,
pretty
so
weird.
at one point, at one of those, or all those nights you were there was a young, intrepid little Kevin Hinkle working working a cash register.
Wow.
I think we had the stamp cards too back then, right? For every stamp, for every
Yeah.
$25, you get a stamp, and for every
Yes.
8 stamps,
Yes.
I still keep hoping I'll find another one just buried in my collection somewhere.
they're not going to honor that. And now,
Yeah.
there's no way, no way.
Well, it's a collectible item now at this point. Then
But I have the stamp, like the actual stamp. I don't have a stamp card, but I have the stamp.
Wow.
I have the little minifig head.
Yeah.
Stamp
That
right.
was cool.
Nice.
Good stuff.
That's just crazy. Yeah, I mean, then after like I said, Tom's kind of the one that made me unlock those hidden memories.
Yeah.
And
He does that.
he does that. But then after that, there's been so many times over the years, like where I'm at BrickFad or whatever in Toronto, and some of the Canadians are like, did you not work in a store in Colorado? I think I remember." Like, oh my goodness, yeah, I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
You were there. That's
Yeah, I
crazy.
still keep in touch. Yeah, I still connected with them on Facebook with like Robin and like Mel and Meg and
Oh, yeah.
all those people. I was like, geez,
Good times.
pretty cool. It was good times. It was good times.
I really wanted one of the things that I always really wanted was one of those jackets, like the jacket Tom has. I wanted one of those with like the old logo, like the minifig hand.
Yeah, they came with minifig hands.
Right, because they changed the logo when it came out, but like for the development, it
Yeah.
had the yellow hand and like
Yeah.
there was jackets that they gave people.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
And-
look like a toilet seat.
Yeah,
Actually, I thought at first glance I was like, oh great, we're working on a project for the 99 restaurant. That's cool.
always a great deal.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, I like that jacket. It's good. That's the one. Well, last week Reed was like, "Hey, Dave, do you play games?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, you'll like this," and he started unfolding a poster for Lego Universe. I was like, that's pretty cool. It looks a lot like this," and I showed him the back of my jacket. And he was like, "Where the hell did you get that?"
Did you know that there's a group of kids? I use the term kids a little loosely, but there's a group of kids that are single-handedly rebuilding the entire game on their own server,
I saw that.
and
I saw that.
it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Where are they at?
I can't recall off the top of my head, but they've recreated a good chunk of the game.
Yeah.
And it's available for free, and you can go play it. And
I'm surprised they haven't been met with a cease and desist.
yeah, well, I mean, there's been a lot of times over the years that younger fans have done that with old Lego games, where they like Rock Raiders United, I think was another game that has been rebuilt and reshared.
I have a lot of those CDs.
Yeah. Did you see the Bionicle news?
Nope.
So there was a old Bionicle PC game that was in development for like 6 years. I think Legends of Matanui or something.
Okay.
And it was developed for PC, and it was at the last stage. The only thing that wasn't done was the last level. And then they decided to go in a different direction and put the money towards a film instead of a game.
Mhm.
And so they canceled the game. but the
Wow.
game was almost completely done, and it's been like known about because there's actually like ads for it in Lego Club magazine. There's ads for it in like the back of instruction booklets and stuff because it was a huge game, like it was going to come out.
Right.
And there was even a contest
Wow.
in Lego Club magazine to be one of the first beta testers for the game,
Yeah.
and
That's
got
cool.
canceled. Didn't happen.
Yep.
And then the studio that was making it eventually fell under. But one of the people that worked at the studio had a copy of the last build of the game, and he seeded it out to the community like 2 years ago, and
Yeah.
said, "Here you go. If you guys want to finish it, finish it. Here's the whole game."
Wow, that's cool.
And the Bionicle community has been not really secretly, but working on it for the last 2 years to finish it, and they have opened it up to the entire world for beta testing now.
Wow.
And so a 17-year-old canceled Bionicle game has finally been released to the public as of like a week ago.
That's fun.
Wow.
All the
People must be happy.
Bionicle sites was they were, every Bionicle site was going crazy, all of them.
Bionicle people are fanatical. I have met them. They're interesting
Yeah.
people. I'll put it just like that. They're interesting people. One of my a person I talk to regularly online. She's a Bionicle fan, and she talks about this lore and everything else. And I just kind of just go, okay, yeah, it sounds cool. There's music videos all over YouTube for it. There's just it's kind of wild, honestly.
And it's incredible because they have dealt with massive like deep loss twice. Like you know, they are like obsessed with Bionicle in a good way, in a good you know healthy fanatical way. And then the theme got canceled, and it ruined their lives for a time. And then they got over it, and they continued the lore, and they continued whatever. And then it came back. I mean, they were like parades were thrown in their honor. And then after only like a year and a half, it got canceled a second time.
Yeah.
I mean, these people have gone through loss.
and they feel it. I hear it in her voice. She talks about it, and she talks about all the lore and everything. And I'm just like,
yeah. Oh,
all
yeah.
I saw was sets that had too narrow range of pieces to use, and didn't bother with them.
You're like, I don't like those pieces.
Yeah.
That was it. That was it.
Like, I look at them and I go, oh, cool Technic pieces.
Love it.
Some of them are usable. I have some Bionicle pieces here and there, scattered throughout a build here and there, but overall, like, some of those torso pieces are just like, huh? What the, if I'm not building some kind of monster, this doesn't kind of work.
Yeah. So it's so crazy.
It's all right.
But yeah, I really enjoy the. I'm not a huge Bionicle fan myself. I'm familiar with the product, and
Right.
I'm decently familiar with the lore. Like I can't get into like all the names of the characters, but I know the overarching story. I know the purpose of the mission. I know what's going on. I know the big secret that everyone found out after 10 years.
But a big secret.
There was a giant secret. Do you want to know it? Do you want to have my crash course into Bionicle?
Sure.
Just spoil it, man. Just spoil it.
It's actually kind of fascinating. But so you know, the whole story is that these 6 canisters washed up on a shore, and it was 6 heroes, and these heroes were sent to fight an evil bad guy, and the evil bad guy was turning all the creatures and fauna of this universe evil. And so they show up and they stop it. And of course, the evil keeps turning into a different form of evil or getting into a different area. And they have masks, and the masks have power. So that mask is the mask of air, so that person can fly. That's the mask of fire, so they can shoot fire out of their weapons or whatever. And this thing went on for years and years and years, and they keep going to different parts of the world. Like, oh, we were on that island last season, now we're on this island this season. But it's not like they made it up. Like, they kept the lore going, and they kept you showing, like, this is where the island was, and now the island's here, and here's a map, and you can see where we are in relation to each other. And they had comic books, and they had movies, and they had games. And so like they were building a universe. And after 10 years of building this all up, you find out that all these little islands and all the everything you were seeing was all part of a giant robot. So when they were on the finger islands, it was because it was the giant robot's hand that the fingers came up out of the water, and that was his hand. And so at the very end of it, like he finally woke up, and like there's this beautiful cinematic video of like all the islands that you've been like traveling through for the last 10 years, like seeing all these adventures. Like, oh my God, that was the robot's chest, and that was his hand, and that was his face. And he stands up, and so everything you've been doing are like these organisms in him. And the bad guy was just a virus. And so you're like kind of like Osmosis Jones. Like you were the good guy trying to eat out the bad guy as a virus in this giant robot. I think that was a pretty amazing revelation after 10 years of following the whole thing. And then what was kind of lame, actually, but I don't think a lot of people like this, is it got to the end and then the bad guy won. So like the virus took over the giant robot, and then they said, now we'll reboot the series in a different place with a different giant robot. It's like, no, you can't. No, come on. Like that's not how it works. And so they like the rebooted one. I mean, like I said, it lasts like a year, and it was like, no, that's not how it works. You can't like just try to recreate 10 years of build up and lore in an amazing like cinematic ending and then just say, oh, we'll just do it again somewhere else. You can't do that.
Reboot, start over.
Because it's like the new one was like, no, but we're not on that world anymore. We're on a different world now, and it's a different giant robot. It's like, no, come on.
I love it. That's awesome. That's cool.
I mean,
Thank you for spoiling it for me. I appreciate it. Now I don't have to go through 10 years worth of material.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it opens up a lot of questions now.
It does, doesn't it? That is the Cliff Notes version. But yeah, I mean, it had a DC Comics line. For a very long time, for 10 years.
Can't find it.
What time is it? Is it midnight already? My goodness.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like it is.
Good on 10 o'clock.
How can you tell?
I was just about to ask if you were alive, Reed. I hadn't heard your voice.
Well, I'm working on the last of the crenellations here. So per someone's request, as you can see, all of the new wall sections that are on the inside of the castle will be shorter, because someone said, well, if you have them all the same height, if you get invaded, the enemy can hide behind the interior walls and shoot down into your own guys. I'm like, okay, I'll shorten them. So now all the interior walls are all short. Easier to see on the wall sections. Whoop, almost lost the wall section. Other than that.
That's the content people come to see, Reed.
Yeah, it's a true test.
Would you like me to build some extra wall sections just to kind of like toss into the air and create?
Yeah.
Actually, they'll just crumble. They won't really disintegrate. They'll kind of just like splash.
So here's the deal. When we were making the trees for the mill yard, we had a test to test out the trees. It was the mill yard tree test. Basically, from the height of a tabletop, you drop the tree, and if it all stays together, it's good to go. Otherwise, it's recycled. So I think you should do the same, Reed.
To the incinerator.
I won't go that far. But sorry to interrupt. What were you going to say?
What?
You were going to say something, weren't you?
Oh, yeah. So one of the things that I remember in some of my last meetings that I was in for marketing is one thing that the Lego group does do a heck of a lot of is waste a lot of money on research. A lot of money. Like millions of dollars into focus testing and more focus testing and research and focus groups and surveys.
Mm.
And so I do trust the data. The downside is they never use the data. They just talk about the data and they never use it. I mean, I've been in so many meetings over the years where it's like, and here's what we learned. And I'm like, okay, so we're going to do something about that, right? No. Okay, that's good. And so
Yeah.
one of the things that was pretty apparent is that there was a ton of research that shows that especially kids love destruction. They
Mhm.
love destruction a hell of a lot more than building. And so there was so much that said, like, you know, if you were to do a video on pushing a Lego model off the table, it'll get like 600% more engagement than a build video. Or, I mean, just like it was off the charts. And it's like, okay, so what are we going to do how are we going to, like, no, we can't do that because we can't show Lego being destroyed. And it's like, okay. So when you were like, should I make extras and destroy them? If you want your channel to skyrocket, yes, you should. You should start making content where you destroy castles, and you will be like YouTube star.
Oh
Or I
man,
mean, you could create.
if people only knew how long it took to build these modules, it'd be just like, wow, he just spent 10 hours on that and he destroyed it in like 30 seconds. Wow.
They would love it.
Well,
There you go.
have you played Brick Wars at all?
Brick Wars?
So, yeah.
No.
No.
It's it was created by Mike Grayhawk, who I believe you know, Kevin.
Yeah,
For sure.
he was one of the fallen.
Yes. But it's basically a tabletop game, and it's one of those games where you use dice rolls and a tape measure to do like range and all that kind of fun stuff. But the key of it was like breakaway structures that can be damaged while you're playing a game, and you have to, since a lot of stuff was line of sight, you can do that kind of stuff. So you could create, say, Brick Wars compatible structures. So you have sections that can break away but are easily repaired, and then just make some like siege weapons or something.
Well, the ultimate goal for the castle was to have lava flow into it. So obviously, Tanya and Ralph know we do have a member in our group that has a ninja castle that has lots of lava. But
This is the first time you have ever mentioned lava coming out of the castle.
Yeah.
what?
What are you
Okay.
talking about? The goal is lava in the castle. It's a castle made out of ice.
Lava will melt it, won't it? Lava should melt ice, shouldn't it?
So now all you have to do is pour out just trans blue round plates in a giant bowl, and you'll say, "Mission accomplished." The ice castle has melted from the lava.
I was going to point this out. This guy decided to show up on my castle last year at Brickroll. I have no idea where he came from, but somebody decided to have him try and invade, and hopefully sometime this year someone will claim him. I don't know. We'll see.
Wait, okay, quick little demo. Can I demo? I don't know. Can you see this?
Yep.
Yeah. I want to see it run off the table, pushing all that Tekken out of the floor.
I love it. Destruction.
Yeah.
Pieces everywhere.
More destruction.
I heard it.
Best part of Lego.
Until you step on it in the middle of the night.
I still cannot get over the fact I have talked to you, Reed, so many times about your castle. You have never mentioned lava. Not once have you ever said the goal is to have lava coming out.
That's top secret.
I'd have to agree on
Don't
that
know
one.
about that. Not yet.
You just let you let the secret out, Reed. You can't bring it. You can't take it in again.
Well, once Jeanette started working on hers, I realized how
Burn to pieces.
cool lava would be to destroy Hope Castle.
It was just so funny because in any other scenario, it's just like, oh yeah, I'd love to put lava in my castle. Like, oh, that's a cool idea. But you said the goal has always been to have lava coming out of the castle. Wait a minute.
Coming at the castle. Sorry.
Coming at
Lava would make a nice cancerous substance.
That's true.
Just look at Hawaii,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Perfect example of real easy lava.
This is not convenient. Sorting in one room and putting it away in another room.
Or are you in the sorting room? Is that where you're at now?
Because I've already sorted all my pieces, so now I'm taking what I have on the table into the other room and putting them away.
Fun.
Well, folks, I'm going to cut out. I have an early day tomorrow.
It's
Yeah, I
been
got a long day
an honor.
too.
Yeah.
Been an honor, Ralph.
And a pleasure.
Likewise. We'll see you all next week, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should
Oh,
be.
really are.
Looks like it.
Awesome. Well, until then, have fun with your Legos.
Legos. Oh.
Well,
Oh,
I'm
you can't like that. That's pretty bad. But
I'm
He's
going
beating
to
us.
allow it. I'm going to allow it.
just this once, we'll allow it. Okay.
Only because he's tired. All right. Good night, guys. Good night,
Bye.
Tom.
Good night,
Ralph.
Ralph.
bye.
So are you done, Reed? Was that also you saying you were done?
No.
Because
No.
I could go back to Galador. That's fine.
You just need to figure out how to get the laptop by the Galador and just kind of be like, playing some of that in the background.
Can you just
Yeah.
bring Galador to you? Were you watching it? Netflix or
YouTube.
something?
YouTube.
YouTube has it all? Okay.
Yeah, it has the entire series, no commercials. I've already
Under,
looked on. I just searched Galador show, and I found
Is
it
it-
pretty easy.
Is that the Lego channel or someone else?
No, it's like screen grab from like BBC, and it's on just some random guy's channel.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I couldn't find it anywhere else. I actually did a pretty extensive search, like to try to buy like a VHS or buy a DVD or anything, and it just doesn't exist. It's nowhere. So I even tried reaching out to a couple people to see if anyone had any idea, and I kept getting the same answer, which is just watch it on YouTube. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna watch it on YouTube then.
Is this the one that has 25 videos? Like, does that sound
Yeah,
right?
that sounds about right. Yeah. So I watched
Okay.
episode 1 and 2 a little while ago.
Nice.
Okay.
They're like
cool.
20 minutes each.
Yeah, that's that'll keep it sane. That's good.
And then you'll finally know the story.
Yes.
I was actually I already learned something because I learned that Jens, I thought his name was Jens. It's a Jens, very Danish. I was like, oh, that robot's name is Jens. I thought it was Jens.
like gyro and not gyro.
Exactly. I love that Arby's commercial. Gyro, Mediterranean tacos.
I have not seen that.
It's pretty good. Arby's commercials are always the best.
Arby's commercials are fun. Here we go.
Actually,
You're looking. Servo for steering. Yay!
A real RC servo motor working a Lego RC car.
Yes.
So Dave, because you're all about movement and stuff, you probably follow all of like Jason Alleman stuff, right?
yes, that's awesome.
He's crazy, isn't he? He's like a mad genius.
Say that again.
I said he's like a mad genius.
Yeah, it was pretty good. His Sisyphus was pretty nice, and
that guy.
I was like, I'll wait to build that one or something
Yeah,
like it.
I mean, he has so much stuff. He just did Tron. Did you see his Tron stuff?
I have not seen his Tron yet.
Like, I mean, the guy like doesn't stop. Like he releases something
Yeah,
probably every 3 weeks. He has something new up. So he did he animated the Tron set.
oh nice.
So it
Oh.
has two different like he basically took the set and kind of broke the display stand in half
Okay,
and has it so that the two stands have some movement to it, and then the bikes angle like actually
nice.
like angle like in the movie.
nice.
So I mean, he's just crazy.
Is it lit too?
I don't think he has lights in it.
No.
But
That's pretty cool.
you know,
Yeah.
he has, and he did a May the 4th thing. You probably saw that where he has like the TIE fighter and the Darth Vader's tie going down the trench run, and it's animated. I mean, it's just
I don't think I've seen that one yet.
yeah.
The
Like I
last one
said,
I've
he
seen
just
was the biplane one.
yeah. It uses that concept, and he just
Yeah,
made a May the 4th one.
I haven't seen the one after that yet, so I need to catch up.
Crazy.
But yeah, it's good stuff. He does some
I
pretty good
like
stuff.
he's that guy that, you know, every Lego builder has that guy that you look at their stuff and like you're holding your pieces, like this is me holding my pieces, and you look at their thing and you're just like, I'm done. Everybody, it was fun while it lasted.
I know who that is for Tom Mackinson.
Is that
That would be
Aki
yes, it would.
and I'm done.
Yep.
Aki
Yep.
Yuki stuff is pretty wild.
Yeah. Yeah, but he doesn't pump them out as quickly as Jason though.
All right, do you see it?
oddly quick with his new content.
Yeah. Actually,
Yes.
supported his Kickstarter with the PFX brick.
Do you
Oh,
see this
that's
beautiful
Jason's?
Spectrum controller?
Yeah, Jason was doing part of that. Yeah, he was
Oh.
half
I didn't realize that.
half developer of that one. I'm still waiting for mine, but I think Kale got his already. But,
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you see this beautiful Spectrum controller?
Oh my goodness. That's like
Hey,
Hey,
serious,
wait a second.
Wait,
like
what do you mean?
like serious
that?
business.
That's not Legos, is it?
No, doesn't look Lego.
Uh-huh. So all the servos are like RC servos too?
Yeah. Because I despise the Lego servo motor. The Lego servo motor has made it to the top of my I hate this piece list.
Their
It is
the original RC car,
overpriced, but it does.
it was like a I forget what it was, like a F1 car, I think, with an RC controller like that and an RC base. That one was actually pretty nice. I have that somewhere, but that one had a regular rubber tires, but it also had all plastic smooth wheels, so you could drift with it. That was pretty
Nice. Get some Tokyo drifting.
cool. Yeah, sure.
So, Reed, I have to say that when we first started Friday Night Bricks 4 weeks ago, I remember looking at your YouTube channel and you had 7 subscribers. You
Yeah.
currently have 10 subscribers, just so you know.
Sweet.
That means it's growing. That's good. That's good.
And I just subscribed to you. Actually, I hit that button by accident, but but I was trying to look to see if I could see who subscribed to you. So now you have
Wow.
11 subscribers.
Wow.
I'm sorry that you did it by accident. I'm just so
I'm very picky about who I subscribe to.
I think that could have been kept silent there, Kevin, but okay.
I only speak the truth. I find it much easier.
well, I mean, they're catching Ralph if I've got 11 because he's got 15. So
Oh, he does. You know how many so the last video I put on YouTube was when my final from college. Let's see.
You put your final from college on YouTube?
Yeah, because I went to art school, so I made a film.
yeah, I know that guy. I know that one. Sounds good.
It's, oh, not that one. Every time I search for my name on YouTube, there's another Kevin Hinkle who's a happy therapist that I always get instead of me.
What? There?
Yeah, don't. There you go. All right, so let's see. Let me find myself. I think I have more subscribers than I think I should have.
Do you look in the mirror daily and say, "You are a great person"?
And gosh darn it, people like you.
Even with that light blue cardigan, it's fine.
Okay, here I am. So my last video was put on 8 years ago, and that was my Western film for college, and I have 187 subscribers.
Wow.
I don't know who's waiting 8 years for me to upload something else.
How did you
But-
find
Hey,
yourself?
man.
How did you find yourself?
I went to my own, like I opened up the YouTube app and I went to my account. Because yeah, I can't really, searching for my name did not help very much.
Huh.
You just have one video maybe on yours or no?
I only have 4. I have 4 videos. One of them is Lego, one of them is clay, one of them is a teddy bear, and one of them is a little action figure thing.
Is it
they're
Kevin?
all-
Is it Kevin Hinkle or is it something else?
Kevin A. Hinkle.
Kevin A. Hinkle.
The A stands for awesome.
I hope so.
Someone
It's
said,
strange that you broke up in the middle of that.
yeah. Somebody asked me on some other live stream what A stands for my middle name. I said it stands for awesome.
You just went up another one.
What
It's
happened? You did? Oh, did you
Yeah.
subscribe to me? Did you find me?
I found you.
There I am. Hey,
Aces
look, I have
Wild.
I have
Aces Wild, that was
188.
a good one. Aces
That one
Wild.
has, I have 37,000 views on that video. But it's also
Yeah.
8 years old.
I guess maybe you need to do the other part of it, and then maybe it'll get closer to 1 million.
Yeah, I'm thinking when I move into wherever my next home will be, I need to make sure I have a dedicated stop motion space.
There you go.
Because see, the
Do you
thing
really
is,
miss stop motion?
what's that?
Do you really miss stop motion?
I do. I actually really enjoyed stop. I enjoyed stop motion more than I enjoyed like hand drawn animation.
Wow.
But I mean, stop motion. I mean, like just that little 8-minute film took me 14 months to do that.
Yeah.
And you need to have a space that is not going to move for
Yep.
like 2 years, and the lighting needs to stay the same for those 2 years, and like everything needs to stay the same, and that is like impossible to find. Like in a home, like you need some place that is just
A
not
locked
gonna.
room. A locked room.
Yeah, exactly. So I haven't set up a stop motion area here, just because I'm always like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm usually more worried about the lighting than I'm worried about anything else.
Well, at least we know what we'll be doing. You'll be looking for when you look for something in Texas. Then
I hope I can find a place with. I don't think I'm gonna be able to find a place with a basement in Austin, because I don't remember anybody having a basement in Austin, because it's just not a thing. People have attics there, but no basements in Austin.
guess we'll have to. I guess you'll have to build one. I guess.
Maybe. I'll just bring my basement with me.
I don't know if your landlord would be happy, but we could jack it up and trake it across country. That'd be cool.
Yes. Oh man.
The problem is
Don't do that. Don't
that
do
basement has
that.
that problem heating.
Sorry.
Then we better get cooling, but it has that problem heating. So
Just keep the stream going. I'm gonna sleep right here.
I'll
Hey,
just
that'll
go
bring
fall-
in views.
Should we all fall asleep in the live stream? Just gonna-
Yeah. Hey, look, Kevin's drooling. That's cool. he's blowing bubbles out of his nostril. Isn't this
The
awesome?
problem is I got to make a new shirt for Brick World, and I can't find my Brick World 2017 brick, so I'm kind of in a little bit of a lurch. So
That shirt works always so incredibly well, because I always think that you have bricks on you, and then I look, I'm like, wait a minute, those aren't bricks. That's printed. But it works perfectly.
the last time I did it, I made sure I actually said try and size it the right size of the brick so it looks realistic. I like the brick on the bottom. You know that I love Kevin Hinkle.
You have that printed on there?
That's
I
one
love
of the bricks, yeah. Munchkins on there. A lot of Brick Worlds, Crazy Bricks. The Brick Fair, I'll have to put on, or the Brick Fair, New England. It's got that Patriot logo. I don't know if I really want that.
Hey,
I like the
that's okay. I don't care. I don't like football. I don't care.
exactly. Who's winning the match, Pop? I like the combination of when Paul first started, and there was the 2 bricks, and there was the one that said "I love Kevin Hinkle," and the other one says "I kind of like Paul Striefler." Like I like those 2 in combination. I thought was pretty funny.
Yeah. Next time how often do you talk to Paul?
Every week or so, I guess. Every
Yeah,
other week.
I just gotta see if I can get a couple backpacks for Chicago, possibly Lego ones.
Yeah.
Ask him.
For the auction.
Well, yeah, one for the auction. I might move to a backpack from a briefcase, but
You want to buy my old one?
your old what? Your old backpack, so nobody knows you work for Lego anymore.
But if you want one for yourself, I'll sell you my old one. I don't want it anymore. I don't use it. I use a Captain America backpack now.
Well, if you sign it, I might.
Oh yeah, I'll bring the silver Sharpie. You can sign it. Yeah, that'd be good.
I'm gonna rip off the star because I'm gonna be a man with no nation. Like I have no nation. Yeah, no, I'm selling off all my luggage stuff because forgive me, but I don't feel like free promotion to a brand that got rid of me. So my suitcases and stuff that all have Lego logos on it, I have no desire to keep anymore.
Well, could you sew on patches underneath that say "Corporation sucks"?
Corps are lame.
So it's like Lego Corporation unfair.
Right. Nah, I'll just buy new suitcases. But
Corporation.
somebody was asking about purchasing like the whole lot for me, like all my suitcases and duffel bags and backpacks, and he gave me a price quote, and I was like, dude, the backpack alone is worth $600. And he's like, no, it's not. I'm like, dude, I have been to 50 fan events in the last 6 years, and I have been to so many auctions, and I can tell you exactly how much that backpack is worth. And he's like, oh. Like I have sat in the audience and watched backpacks go for $600 to $800 every single time. I was like, no.
Yeah, mine did. Mine went for something like that, but I kind of wish the inside was a little bit better than what was in there. That's kind of bad on my part, but
wasn't that like you put a bunch of stuff in there and they never talked about anything inside of it or something like that, right?
Yeah, they did, and it went so high. I'm just kind of like, I don't feel good about that. So, yeah. I don't know. I'd maybe be interested in another Lego duffel bag, maybe, but I've got one. Eric got that for me.
Yeah, I have 2 different styles of Lego duffel bags.
Just have to replace them with the mega duffel bags and backpacks.
Yeah. I'll get Hasbro and Mattel bags, and like all these other crazy brands.
So on a Leppin patch.
Ooh, yeah. Now we're talking. I love it. If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can ever imagine.
You're too funny.
I just want to recreate as many Star Wars scenes as I can with my old colleagues. Your overconfidence is your weakness. Your wait, no, I'm sorry. I did that the wrong way. It was your faith in your friends is your weakness, and your overconfidence is yours. Yeah.
It was his hubris that brought it down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Star Wars.
I think David tried his camera momentarily.
Oh, yeah. A little symbol popped up.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to drop off.
You going to drop off, David? Okay.
It is 12:30.
Yes. Good talking to everyone.
Goodbye.
Thanks, David.
I will try and get this to work this week. I'm sorry.
Good to hear you, David.
All right. Have fun.
Have fun fixing all those carnival rides.
How much time do we have?
We're getting about a month, 30 days. That's why I need to, once these walls are done. But I got to order some brick, and PayPal is just, I just if I just
I don't know how that is. How would you write such a phrase?
I don't.
How would you spell it out?
A lot of G's and R.
I guess I could just
yeah.
take a picture of my fist, like in their face, maybe that might work.
What's wrong with PayPal? You don't got no money in there?
No, because I put mistyped one of the last two digits on the shipping stuff, and so when they've been looking, it says, "Oh, information still waiting," and so that's been like that for the last 4 days. But my guys had the product for the last 4 days, so I'm like, come on, and so now I got to wait another 3 days so I can have the money. So it's been pending for a week. It sucks.
Oh,
Is that
Yeah.
that?
I might look for another payment thing for my eBay stuff. And I had to use it for Bricklink, but might use for somebody else for eBay because, it's stupid.
well, did you see the announcements that eBay made recently? Is that they are no longer going to work with PayPal as their exclusive partner.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's supposed to be like a 2-year transition plan or something, and there'll just be more services that you can use. But
you don't have to use probably PayPal. You can probably use whoever you want. It's just
yeah,
PayPal and eBay
Yeah.
are linked, so
yeah, exactly. That's kind of their thing. Is like it's their main partner or whatever.
But what makes it sad is being their main partner, they don't have any programs so that like after maybe a few days that if you're still not seeing shipment information after it's been paid, maybe you should let your customer know, hey, I think you might have something going on here because the package hasn't shipped yet. So maybe either the customer's be pissed or you're going to be pissed because your money's not going to be available. So, you'd think with two big corporations, you'd be able to figure out software like that. It can't be that hard to write, but But look who we used to work for, Lego, and they still can't get it right. So who knows,
Right. Preach, man.
Well,
Is
it's
Dave
not like
still
they'll
here?
ever
Dave,
hire
are you
me.
still here or did you leave?
Huh?
I closed
Okay.
the app and it's still running.
You're still here. Well, all right, Dave, we're coming with you to bed.
Dave, you just gotta hit that red phone at the top. It just says leave call.
Well, I have to start the app up again to close it. This is bizarre. Okay.
I love it.
All
That's
right.
so great.
Just
There we
in
go, here we
limbo.
go.
I like that. That's the best.
No, see, he's still there. Oh, he's still there. He's muted.
Figured it out.
You figured it out. Well, I think I had 2 or 3 of these apps going early, so that might have been what confused everything too. But I'm happy my camera's working; it's just flickering, so I got to figure out what's going on for the next stream. So
How many is there anybody watching right now?
no, because it's me. No,
No.
but we've had people in and out all night, so it's kind of those things where, like Tanya says, people watch it afterwards. They're actually. Usually I think we're getting about 30 or 40 views, so it's not bad. We'll get 24 from 3. We had 35 for one of them and 34 for another. So.
Yes, I guess there's nobody in the chat.
No, Gareth is the last one who said anything, and he's one of our members who moved out east. So, but it's one of those things. Whereas we just got to figure out a niche to find who wants to watch. So it might be something where, because we talk about a lot of cool stuff, it might be something where hopefully maybe Brickworld might help, and that's a month away. That could help too if we stream from there. The problem is you have your thing, I think from 6 to 6:30, and then the auction is from 7 to 10. So unless
That's
we stream from
that's if I'm in there. If I'm in the semifinals, I might not be.
No, you're judging the
Oh, the other thing.
Kevin Hinkle. That's from 6 to
Okay.
6.
I keep forgetting about that one.
Yeah, I got 2 games I'm doing there. 2, or actually 4. I got 2 of each game. I was rechecking my schedule because he's got tickets. Tickets open tomorrow. Oh, you know what? Tickets might open right about the time I need to be leaving for my Denlog meeting, so I might be a little late tomorrow.
I forgot about that. I need to get tickets to the GBC thing.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna try and get. I was telling Richard.
It's kind of weird though, right? Because you buy the GBC package. Like I already purchased the GBC kit, but then I need to
That's
also. Oh, it is? Are you sure?
Yeah, Yeah, if you purchased something, that was
I did.
that was the kit for last year.
Oh, okay.
See if it's still up. I'll go into my page real quick here. The kit that was, yeah, you know what? I mean, I think it's all. Whoa. Oh, actually, I have to log in. But actually, it's actually.
Oh, you know who's Bricksmith subscribed to your channel.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, he popped in last week right as we started, and I didn't really notice him. Let's see the kit.
And you have Brick Vibe.
Oh, you know what?
Wow.
Pre-orders are done. So you know what? But it was one of the kits from a previous year. I don't think it was last year's because Richard stopped and talked to Brian like last week and said he still had kits from last year. I said last year's model, I wouldn't mind another one or two of, and then mine is crushed somewhere. I mean, it fell off the top of something and just. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
well. I mean, Richard and I built it together. We did the workshop together, which is nice. That one was cool because we finished first and it was done all right and stuff, and we worked together. So yeah, activity workshop games times begin at 12 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday, May 20th. So actually Sunday. So Sunday it opens. So I'll have to make sure I get up out of bed because that's 10 a.m. and I'm working until 1 or 2. So, but yeah, the fundraiser. So he's actually got. There's a bunch of fundraiser. They got the Cutthroat, the Bricks Against Humanity, Zipline Destruction, Musical Mocks, and then of course my two games, Century Spice Road and Stone Age, and there's 2 sessions each. How much did you order this year for pre-order?
I pre-ordered the Snowman, right? Snowman kit.
Yeah.
I did the GBC, whatever the GBC thing was. I did it.
That's a kit from I think 2 years ago or last year. I think it's 2 years ago.
Okay, I did a shirt.
Yeah.
And that might have been. Oh, I bought a brick badge because you have to buy the brick badges, otherwise you get the lanyard.
Yes.
Well, no. Yeah, I think that's true. So yeah, I've got 2 polos. I got a purple and a blue, the T-shirt, and then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 badges.
I don't like the T-shirt. I think the T-shirt. I mean, I think it's a nice build.
Yeah.
Because it's gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. But for a shirt, it's too busy for me. Like I see, because it's it's the 4 seasons, so it's got like a giant, beautiful tree and all for it. But like for a shirt, it doesn't translate well for me on a shirt. It just seems like there's a lot to see. But it's a nice build. But yeah, it just didn't work for me.
Well, yeah, I just do. It's just something I have. I mean, the polos, because I like wearing the Brick World polos. At least till I get a polo made, unless I get a polo made with some of the other stuff like the Assembling Hope, I do wear a fair amount of those. So
polos are nice.
Yeah. So, but I did a bunch of the badges, and after looking at my pieces, I'm hoping my piece count is correct. But oh well, close enough. But I did I did the bricks again for. Well, actually, you know what? I did some of the names again, like Trevor and Keeley and Justin, because Trevor was still alive last year. I did one of the brick, I'll say 50-year-old AFL, and then of course, as Tanya knows, my saying is inspirational specialist instead of volunteer at our shows. So I actually had one of those made, and I actually have some bricks I need to send to Stuart to engrave. And originally we're going to be inspirational specialists on Lavender, but I might do something different. I might see if he can do what some of the other guys do, like maybe do a Friday Night Bricks and then a numbered on the back type kind of thing. Try and push this stream, or Assembling Hope, one of the two, or both.
Yeah, get some more folks to hop on.
Yeah, I need to talk. I was going to ask you, would Matthew K jump on?
He doesn't really like to do a lot of streaming anymore. He's kind of like, he might. I don't know. He might, but yeah, he seems to be.
He worked with the other one, and it's kind of things where that started as just a fun activity. So you never know where it can go. So.
Yeah, I would say because definitely no offense to Denlug at all, but if there's other people from other areas of the country, through Brick World or whatever, it'd be nice to get a couple different voices every now and then. I mean, they don't, like I said, Bricksmith almost always is down for anything. You know,
I'll need
he's
to-
and he's already subscribed to your channel. But you know, he's in Florida. Bricksmith's in Tallahassee, I believe.
You should be ahead, but that's fine. Yeah.
But yeah, you know, just get some different voices in from different areas.
Yeah. So yeah, so it's I'll keep looking. I mean, that's why going to Brick World. I mean, the next four. I mean, that's why. Well, Richard said he'd jump on if he had good service, and so that's why I posted something in Facebook just so, you know. I mean, I need to kind of message him and say if you're going to jump on, look for my post on Facebook, message me, let me know you're ready, and I'll send the invite. So I mean, Richard said he'll jump on because from an RV that'd be kind of cool. So.
It would be interesting.
So, but yeah, him and yeah, I just need to just get out there and see who wants to jump on from different parts and stuff. So, did you see John and Joshua are going to be in Europe for the next month? I wonder if they're going to be back for Brick World.
Yeah, they don't ever miss Brick World. I mean, those guys, their channel has exploded. I mean, those guys are making so much money. I mean, they're both totally sustained. All of their trips are 100% paid for by the channel. It's just incredible.
And is that just from advertising, basically,
That's
built through some of the videos?
That's Beyond the Brick, aren't those guys?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Beyond the
Yeah.
Brick, and I think they have like what 500,000 subscribers now. So it's advertising through YouTube. It's also advertising through their own videos. So like when you see like a Brickmania ad before their videos, like that's two different ads because there's the YouTube ad and then there's like the Brickmania ad. So as an example, I think there's more, but Brickmania is the one that comes to mind. So I mean, they're doing the two different types of ad revenue, and of course they also have ways you can donate to the channel. They have a Patreon. So
Yeah, they have 297,000. I thought I was a subscriber, but obviously I wasn't. So kind of interesting. Yeah.
I'm a subscriber. They're a good channel. I like their vids.
yeah, some good stuff.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, it's one of those things where so we'll see. I mean, that's kind of those things where we just need to see. That's why I've been still trying to talk to. Well, that's why I mentioned a guy the one night if he'd jump on Himber from Crazy Bricks / Steve Jackson Games, because maybe he could push some of the stuff. Maybe give us a sneak peek in some of the loot for Brick World. And I'm guessing possibly since Munchkin Starfinder just came out, and that was the one I talked about last week. I'm guessing that's what we might be playing. So. But I mean, I'll talk. I'll kind of message some people and see. I mean, he's in Texas, so he's right same time frame as I am, maybe an hour ahead, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe Central. So we'll see. I mean, like you said, I mean, it starts slow. I mean, it's a matter of making sure that if there's people on there that want to see certain people like yourself, that we know what's going on. So I might just might have to just create an email or something, as we get like a couple days before and just see what everybody's got going on. So. It is what it is. I mean, like it says, I mean, it's about having fun with friends while you're building and sorting Lego.
Exactly. Well, all right. We're
You wanna
almost
just call
approaching 1:00 in the morning my time.
Yeah, and this is as far as I got today, Mr. Kevin and Mr.
Nice.
Reed.
Good.
It works. It's just now I got to build the front end. And the front end is more complicated because steering.
You can bring it to the meeting tomorrow and show it off.
I can bring it down, yes.
Nice.
Okay. Well, we'll call it, and then I'll talk to everybody later, and hopefully I'll fix my glitch by next week, I hope.
Yeah,
Next
good
week
luck.
I can have actual real internet, so I'll probably set up something for my computer instead of sitting here on my phone.
That or if I can get mine figured out, I have an extra webcam, so.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, yeah, enjoy your get together tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll be voting, so we'll see how that goes. kind of hoping I get elected as treasurer, but anything's possible. I need to probably work on something right now if I can find what I'm looking for. But yeah, we'll see.
Ooh.
Otherwise,
Look at this. It just got posted. Registration is open for my
What?
new T-shirt subscription service.
Oh, cool.
T-shirt subscription service for what?
So me and Chris Barn are teaming up to launch a shirt service where we're making AFL shirts. So it's Lego-y kind of designs, no minifigs because that's not okay. Can't use minifigs.
Right.
But
Yeah.
we're completely half and half in on this. So he does all the business side, I do all the artwork. And
Right.
he just posted this 4 minutes ago. That
Send me
you
the
can
link.
now bricksonthedollar.com and then
Oh.
look for the t-shirt service.
Cool.
The first one will be the first shirt will be a yellow classic castle inspired design.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw that you posted that the other day.
And then the next shirt after that will be monorail.
There you go.
So we already have some
Your
good
images
stuff.
you were looking for?
Huh?
Did you get your images you were looking for the monorail?
I did. See the sad irony of it is I wanted to go really, really detailed, which is why I wanted pictures. And I was able to find a buddy of mine in New Jersey had a set, and he was able to send me pictures. But then after I started playing around with the design, I went really simple. So I actually didn't need the pictures at all. So I was going to go really, really detailed on the image, but then I was like, it's not working for a shirt. So then I reversed back and went super clean and simple with it. But I'll give you we can end on an exclusive. I'll show you the design, but it's for the monorail one because I'm not done with the castle one, and the castle one's the first one. That's the launch shirt, but this is the monorail. It's very simple, but classic monorail. You'll notice that monorail is written out in monorail track.
Yep.
And I have it red, but I don't know because I keep showing this to people and they say that it looks like a mushroom from Mario, and I'm like, oh, maybe I don't want to have red then. Maybe I want yellow, because the monorail is either people know it as either red, or they know it as yellow, or they know it as gray. Those are the three monorails, and I feel like most people know it as red, which is why I went with red. But maybe I'll change the color because I don't want people thinking it's the Mario mushroom.
I remember the gray one from the
so I might space stuff, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because that was my dig.
But yeah, the castle stuff is I posted that online. That one is driving me crazy, but I think it's going to be awesome when it's done because that's a combination of MC Escher and the castle. So I mean, the perspective is all wonky and crazy.
Do you have to have the Lego logo on there for that one with the castle? Will you get in trouble for that?
No, I'm not. That's a reference photo. This is my actual artwork. I'm just using these two. Like that's the MC Escher artwork, and then that's the castle artwork. I'm using these as reference to create the image for the shirt.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it looks good. Looks really good.
That one, it will be I think that one's going to be really cool as a launch shirt. So maybe I'll set the bar too high, and then nobody will want the monorail. Sure, it's too lame. But yeah, cool. All right, well, yeah. Hey, it's been fun. Rest up, everybody.
Yeah.
Rest up, everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have a good night, everybody.
And I'll see you tomorrow, Reed.
Yep, sounds good.
You guys have a good night.
Bye.